Okay. Are we live? We are live. Excellent. Alright. So, last episode of this game was pretty much just like the definition of a filler episode. Like, nothing super important happened last episode if you weren't here for it. But holy lord, you missed some funny moments if you weren't here last time. Like, holy shit. Some parts of last episode, I was fucking dying of laughter, dude. Finally got discharged from the hospital. That's good to hear, Burnout. I am glad to hear you're doing okay. And Zach, how are you doing tonight? I'll have to keep you in the loop about what's going on tomorrow, Zach. Because it's our last truck before New Year's, so it might be another busy night. Possibly. Like I said, I'll keep you in the loop tomorrow if I end up staying late or not. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Car is still under investigation, but it might be written off. Well, whatever the case with the car, I'm just glad you're okay, dude. Because the car's replaceable. You're not. You should remember that. The pup is good, and my dad's okay. Well, I'm glad to hear everything turned out all right in the end for you and your family there. I am very relieved to hear that, my guy. Because that kind of stuff ain't fun. You need to catch me up on Blue Skies instead of just one day. We need to possibly squeeze in 2 for a weekend at least once every month. Well, I've got a lot of active stuff going on, so... Well, you'll have to let me know what days you have available if you want to do more than one a week. It's really only during these times of year, my guy, that this happens on a Friday. It's really only this time of year that we ever really get busy on Fridays, dude. This is more just a unique set of circumstances with these 2 weeks because of Christmas and New Year's. We're having to change up how we do things because, we can't get a bloody truck on New Year's. So after this week, things will go back to normal. So I don't think you need to worry. Oh, excuse me. Well, who is ready for the weekend? Oh, cause boy, let me tell you, I'm ready for the weekend. That's the problem, Zach, though. I've got a lot of active things that I'm pursuing on the channel right now, so... So, yeah, slowly but surely, we're gonna get through all of it. I'm never really in a hurry to get playthroughs done and whatnot. The problem is I have more and more stuff piling up, so I always just have to choose what I end up focusing on is what happens, typically. And Burnout, I mean, you can send me a picture of it if you want, but you don't have to do that. I don't need to see what the crash looked like. I'm just glad that you're okay, dude. Ugh. The way a lot of these streams work, Zach, is yeah, I'm obviously doing things as part of a series, but I just turn on a game for a few hours and unwind afterward. Well, put it this way, I'm a lot further along in World of Dreams than I am Blue Skies. So I'm probably gonna finish one before the other. Just saying. It's just a matter of when. I'm just saying. Excuse me. Hey, what's up, my guy? You're finally here for the start of one of these. Yeah. That's your take. I'm waiting to see what more people have, I'm waiting to see until I'm finished with it before I give my final thoughts on it, because I don't think it's as good as Act 1, but I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it out to be. I think they're just piling on because it wasn't as good as Act 1. Oh, it's all good, Burnout. And it's your day off? Nice! So you've got nothing but time today, it sounds like. Well, I just checked the poll that I posted the other day. I know, right, Caleb? Right? But yeah, I just checked the poll I made a couple days ago, and it is hilariously lopsided in favor of me doing a Black Ops 1 high round. So, yeah. if that holds until New Year's, then I'm gonna be having to find some time to do that. And I mean, like, just axe my schedule for an entire, like, week or more just to do that. I posted a poll in the community tab on the channel. And I've been putting it in the description of all the streams since I made it. Well, yeah, that's why you click on it, so check it out. That's why you click on it to look at it. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, we can make like I can make like a proper announcement on it. Since I mainly wanted to ask the people that actually care about it with that poll. But yeah. Let me grab the link for the post and just put it in the polls channel. Yeah. Yeah, Zach doesn't seem to understand that. Just because a game is different doesn't make it inferior. Like, I keep telling him they're two completely different kinds of games. It's not like an apples-to-apples comparison. You know, the demographic that plays, you know, the type of game we're looking at tonight, and the type of demographic that typically plays Doom are not, you know, mutually exclusive. They are not one and the same. Again, it's not even really a fair comparison to compare the two. Yep, there we go. Well, now you're just talking about the franchise. We're not even talking about individual games anymore. So, again, I don't know what you're trying to get at here. Alright. Interesting title chapter. There's also 2 apostrophes there. That's funny. Yeah, what do you think my channel's been about this year? It's been about expansion. So you say you are. But you look at how I've diversified this year. There we go. Was that text blue before? Okay. Yeah, that's right. At the end of last session, we had a segment where the dialogue, like the actual lines that were being displayed, and where like the game thought the and where the character reactions and stuff got desynced, and like the line, this stuff got desynced by like 2 lines during one scene. So yeah, it would say like dialogue for a character, and they would react to it like a line or 2 later. It was really weird. I remember that about the end of last session. So let's get back into it. When you see a maid with her hands empty, call out to her. That's a line from an old movie I saw once. It basically means that a capable maid should be kept busy at all times. Excluding the bridesmaid, whose main responsibility is getting drunk at her friend's wedding. The essence of the maid is service. Her job is to anticipate her employer's actions and needs, then take care of the dirty work in advance. This generally involves tools of some kind, so a maid who isn't carrying anything tends to be an idle, underemployed maid. You can apply the idea to other occupations as well. A good soldier always carries a well-maintained rifle, and a diligent student should always have a reference book or 2 on their person. Yeah, that's just immature. If you're just shitting on another genre because you think, you think you have better standards, basically. That's just immature. But in some cases, the opposite may also be true. As I've just discovered, there are certain maids who catch your attention when their hands are full rather than empty. Sachi being one example. The maid in question, Komine Sachi, as of fairly recently, my classmate. Yeah? Yes, they do. And that's all we're saying. Both games have merit in their own ways. And like I said, they are 2 very different kinds of games. I don't know why we're still going on about this all this time later. Like, that is the only point I am trying to make here. If you want to compare apples to apples, then compare apples to apples. Oh, wait. Sachi? What are you doing there? And yeah, Zach, there's other games I would like to play right now too. Like, I just picked up Geometry Dash last night because watching all this 2.2 stuff with the recent update makes me want to play it again. And I want to do more high rounding stuff. But you gotta mix it up, you know? Variety is a spice of life. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering. What the hell does she have a bat for? Just yesterday, we sat at our desks in the same classroom, pursuing our studies together. And now here she is, walking in my direction, dragging a metal bat roughly across the floor. So that's the sound I was hearing following behind Sachi. I don't know. This country, where guns and bladed weapons are strictly prohibited, this is about as suspicious as it gets. Show this scene to 10,000 Japanese, and I think every one of them would mistake her for a dangerous person. Of course, I don't actually have any proof that that assumption would be a mistake on their part. Maybe she really is planning to burst into someone's room and launch an attack. Yeah, exactly. That's just having a preference. Oh, so who's the target? Damn you, G, no chill. Sachi's like, what? Unable to suppress my doubts, I call out to Sachi with the question foremost on my mind. She turns to face me with a blank expression of confusion. Her nonplussed face is enough to confirm that my worst suspicions were unfounded. My interrogation proceeds to the next logical point of inquiry. What's with the metal bat in your right hand? It's a Mizumo? No, it's not. Mizumo. What? What's a Mizumo? Elaborate. I wasn't asking for the brand, and your pronunciation was fine the first time. I just want to know why you have that metal bat in your hand. What you intend to use it for. Yeah, she's a little too on the nose sometimes with this stuff. She doesn't exactly take a hint very well. She doesn't really pick up on this stuff. Closing her eyes, she nods in satisfaction at resolving the puzzle. What's even your point? Obviously, Doom's been a household name for over 30 years. What is your point? If I was having this conversation with someone from Ichigaya, we would have gotten to this point in 2 seconds or less. Communication between students, as you can see, is a comparatively involved and troublesome process. I see that, Yuji. I've figured that out over the last 5 episodes. Wait, why does Michiru have that? Michiru asked for that? Is she planning to challenge Sakaki to a duel or something? Your position inside the hierarchy of your community is established fairly quickly. For those determined to move up the ladder, single combat is a fairly common means of advancement. But yeah, going back to your point, just because one is more well-known than the other isn't going to make me want to play it more. Just because something is well-known doesn't mean I want to play it. Perhaps this is a good opportunity to witness such a moment of struggle. Mind if I come with you? Alright then, let's go! Oh, this'll be great. When we reach Michiru's room, Sachi knocks lightly on the door. What's the password? With this brief, cryptic exchange of words, the door swings open. Hi! In the next moment, a shock of distinctively bleached gold hair springs out towards me. I don't remember doing anything warranting a hug from you, actually. That's not who you expected, is it? Oh, you're funny. Why not? Just felt like seeing you, Michiru. Michiru does not agree. Hey, what's up, Lisa? Yeah, that's just Michiru being Michiru, Sachi. She does this. So, what exactly are you planning to use a metal bat for, anyway? Also, Anthony, welcome to stream. I don't know if I have seen you on the stream before, so if this is your first time, welcome. Huh? Aw, man. I really wanted to know what she wanted to do with that bat. Does a metal bat have any female-specific applications? Not any that I'd care to share right now. I really do wonder what she's gonna do with it. And with that exchange, Michiru quickly retreats back into her room, and Sachi starts to walk off with a satisfied expression on her face. Sachi, aren't you interested in what Michiru plans to use that bat for? No. No, that is... that is not what... That is not what Michiru... That is not what Sachi cares about. She did her thing. She delivered the bat, and that's all she needed to do. That is Sachi for you. Like, dude, Sachi is the definition of a retail employee, a service person. You know, they do what is needed for you, and then that's it. They don't care about why. They don't care about why you need it. All you need to know is where, you know, all they need to do is take you to it, and there you go. That is literally what I do at my day job. I don't need to know why you need something. I just take you to it, and you have your reasons for why you want it. Whether or not that's any of my business, I don't care. So yeah, Sachi has the mind of a bloody person in the service industry. She doesn't need to know why people need the things that she brings them. She just needs to know that people need them for various reasons. What did I tell you? I see. That was spoken like a true service industry employee. True, demonstrating the discretion to refrain from inquiring into the circumstances of your clients is a vital step towards establishing trusting business relationships. Yeah, this is the class rep Sachi. She just likes being a maid. She just likes to dress like a maid. And she often behaves like one. Sachi seems to view her responsibility as class representative from an admirably professional perspective. You're asking the wrong person if you want me to get you a Big Mac. Because, one, we probably don't even live anywhere near each other. And two, I don't really care for McDonald's. Impressive, Sachi. You've exceeded my expectations again. Heh! Watching Sachi's face flush slightly red, I continue with my questions. So, what's next on your schedule? Hey! There you go. Yeah, exactly. There are a million other places you can go to get a cheeseburger than McDonald's. Like, just saying. It's a good point you bring up, DeWalt. You can go to about a million other places to get a cheeseburger that's better than McDonald's. KFC then, but a special one? Yeah, hi. Is that also a part of your job as class rep? So it's a no but actually yes situation, Sachi. I see. Seems that woman's been saving on labor costs by relying on volunteers for simple maintenance work. Next time you see the principal getting ready to push work on you, I think you should tell her the following. Come back after you fix that habit of baby talking to your pets. Yuji, careful what you say around Sachi. Oh, I know, Zach. The fucking KFC guy was crazy. Also, one more request. Would you mind if I continue observing your work for a while? Uh-huh. Something the matter? Oh, no worries on that front. I've already been entertained enough to last me for a while. Sachi's confused. Dude, I can't remember the last time I went to a KFC. Like, I just don't care for KFC. You want fish? What makes you say that? Sachi tilts her head to the side in a gesture of pure bewilderment. The more time I spend around this girl, the more I realize that she's a natural airhead. I'm surprised it took you this long to figure that out. Like, the amount of stuff that you'd think is just like, you know, common social cues and conversation has just never clicked with Sachi. Like, she interprets everything in the most literal way possible from what I've seen. So yeah, like, no ability to intuit, you know, what somebody wants from her. I mean, we have seen some hilarious examples of how far Sachi will go to fulfill a request. I think in one episode, one of our classmates asked Sachi to bring her, like, the freshest milk. Or something like that, something along those lines. What does Sachi do? She starts going to, like, the bottom-ass corner of Japan, you know, whatever, cities down there, or whatever, to milk, like, a fucking goat or something. I don't fucking know. And Amane had to get on the phone and tell her, what the fuck are you doing? Stop! Like, yeah, that is how far she will go to fill a request. So, yeah, that'll tell you a little bit about what we're dealing with here. Funnily enough, if you want chicken, you go to Arby's. Yeah, if I'm going to Arby's, it's to get something with their mozzarella sticks. Like, oh man, I love that. Now you're just asking for stuff, Anthony. You're talking to the wrong person. The type so oblivious she doesn't even realize she's missing out on everyone else's jokes. Alright, that's that. Don't mind me, I'll keep out of your way. Oh, nice! Like puzzle pieces. Is it? Upon entering the courtyard, Sachi immediately begins watering the rows of flowers. If you forget the strange fact that it's taking place in a Japanese school, this little scene of a maid caring for the flower beds is truly picturesque. Are those purple flowers verbenas? Ah! You're pretty knowledgeable. I see. You're a diligent one. All of a sudden, Sachi stops moving her watering can. She bends down and opens a flower's bulb with her hand, carefully examining it. Is something the matter? I wonder what that means. I'm not very knowledgeable about flowers, so I have no idea what that means. The meaning is lost on me. Crouching down next to her to take a look, I quickly understand why she's so concerned. One of the flower's petals is almost entirely covered in white, as if someone's dusted it with powder. What kind of powder, though? Looks like flower disease. What's with the face? At my words, Sachi looks at me with eyes full of anticipation. Sorry, but that doesn't mean it's become edible. It's more commonly known as powdery mildew disease. You see it a lot when you're growing wheat or grapes. Yeah. You saying you did a certain amount of research definitely shows. It's caused by a parasitic fungus, so the most effective response would probably be using chemical fungicides on the affected plants. If you ask the principal, I'm sure she'll get some for you. What is it? Is something on your mind? Anthony, that's just a catch-22 question. Their meats, like turkeys, are fresh compared to other places. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I have been to an Arby's. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine, Zach. Not in particular. Guess I'm actually pretty similar to you in this respect, Sachi. Somebody told me to read books, and I've just been following those orders. After a while, a lot of random trivia just accumulated in my head. It does come in handy every so often. Yeah, that's what happens. One of my favorite things about doing these visual novels and mods for Doki Doki is just discovering new words and being like, wait, what the hell does that mean? Okay, Anthony, you have to be trolling. Sachi doesn't respond to my words verbally, but her smile seems slightly brighter than usual. So, where to next? That's so. The conversation comes to an abrupt end. We walk on in silence. Sachi is very much the business type. She's not really one for conversation. She's more of a do type of person. Yeah, dude, their commercials are iconic. For a little while, we arrive in front of the girls' bathroom. Hey, Sachi, mind if I stop you for a second here? If we take another step forward here, I'm gonna be trespassing into the girls' bathroom. And Yuji! And you don't have a problem with that. Okay, if things were sus before, they are definitely so now. Yuji, I know what you're doing, but oh my god. You know how Sachi is. That's kind of the point Yuji's trying to make here. Is that you should feel uncomfortable about that. He's trying to teach you. Have a little self-respect, right? What you don't want to be is a fucking doormat for everybody. Is she an airhead like Sayori? Yeah, we went over this. She's very much an airhead. Yes, and that's the point Yuji's trying to make here. You should be uncomfortable with this. Seems she at least understands that a man entering a female restroom is not generally considered acceptable. So next up is cleaning the grand bathroom. Oh, Echo! There you go. You planning to do it by yourself today as usual? Oh yeah, dude, their curly fries are fantastic. That would be pretty amazing. Skill to produce a Robo-Sachi to assist me. True, don't think I can help you on that front myself. That said, she could at least try asking one of the others for assistance once in a while. Maybe it has something to do with her firm set of beliefs about her responsibilities as class representative? I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is, my guy. Yuji, I think that's what it is. While I'm pondering the matter, Sachi's already calmly begun her work. She's probably so used to doing it herself, she doesn't even think to consider what Yuji is thinking right now. Like, that thought literally does not even cross her mind. She's just dead set on doing it her way, by herself. After stopping the hot water that's constantly trickling into the oversized bath, she begins to lightly rinse the other areas of the bathroom using the shower head. From the quick, confident movements of her hands, it's obvious she's repeated this procedure many, many times. It's pretty clear that Michiru or Amane helping is a rare event. I think she's effectively been cleaning this place all by herself for a long time now. Since I did tell Sachi I'd stay out of her way, it was my intention to not interfere with her work as much as possible. But just standing here and watching as my classmate does manual labor feels really awkward. It's not one of my favorite restaurants, but it's pretty alright. Hey, Sachi. This is just an offer, but would you mind if I help? Yeah, but I'd like to help, as long as I wouldn't get in the way. What do you say?
思議な力が使えたりしそうな雰囲気があるので、その力を駆使して手伝っていただけると助かるかもしれません。
Sachi, as a man once famously told me when I started covering Doki mods, I work reality, not miracles. Unfortunately, I don't have any supernatural skills, but I do have some confidence in my basic physical capabilities.
わかりました。では、体力を駆使してよろしくお願いします。
Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, let's get down to it. Your orders? See, Yuji? Yeah, see, Yuji. Sachi is the type of person to receive orders, not give orders. That's something you have to learn. Especially when you really know how to do something well, and you have people that aren't as skilled as you helping you. You have to know how to articulate that to people. Yeah, dude, I rarely ever go to Subway. It's just whenever I'm thinking about places to go, there's better, just local places I can go to and that are like, way more of an experience to go to because they're more local places. And I like doing that. And Anthony says, name good sandwiches you've made. People in the comments, go. What's wrong?
実は私、人に指示を出すのがあまり得意ではなくて。
Yep, that is a skill you have to develop. I see. No wonder you try to do everything yourself. In that case, you want me to give the commands? Like I said, Sachi is the type of person who is destined to be an underling. Got it. We're dividing the bathroom into two halves. Sachi, you keep working on that area from the entrance to the right. To the right wall. I'll assume responsibility for the left half. Our objective will be to finish the work in 15 minutes. Is that acceptable?
Yes, sir.
A good response. Having completed the division of labor, I quietly moved my brush along the tiled floor, precisely imitating Sachi's movements as I observed them earlier. Throwing yourself into a mindless task like this every once in a while isn't such a bad thing. Helps maintain your ability to concentrate. For sure, dude. Sachi lets out a small cry, and there's the sound of something toppling over. What happened? When I turn around, I find Sachi sitting on her backside on the bathroom floor. She seems somewhat dazed. You're planning to clean the floor with your clothes instead of the brush? Sachi, you're trolling! That wasn't a serious suggestion! In a gesture that's growing increasingly familiar to me, Sachi nods her head vigorously several times. It seems to be a sign she's absorbing a new idea. So first things first, any injuries? That's not a problem. Let's continue on the job. I reach out my hand to Sachi, who hasn't budged from the bathroom floor during this conversation. After helping Sachi to her feet and confirming that she's alright, I return to my work. Phew! Seriously, the more you look at this gigantic bathroom, the more it seems out of place in a student dormitory. It's sizable enough that even a grown man would likely get tired trying to clean it alone. Then again, this academy is dramatically over-equipped in nearly every respect, considering the tiny number of students currently enrolled here. The one area where they show moderate restraint is the small faculty. Even then, every class is led by a lecturer with special expertise in their particular field. I suppose the economic efficiency of this place isn't really my problem. You okay over there? A chirping. You have a sparrow trapped in here? What? Yuji, what did I tell you? What did Amane fucking tell you last episode? Sachi... no. Just... no, Sachi. No. I'm so done. Did you not hear Yuji suggest that idea to Sachi not like 5 minutes ago? We covered this. We covered this. Sachi interprets everything in the most literal way possible. When you suggest to Sachi, as a joke, when we said as a joke, not 5 minutes ago, we said this not 5 minutes ago. And look what happened. When I turn back in search of the wayward songbird, I find Sachi in an inexplicable state of undress. What on earth are you wearing? She's got her bra on as well, so I think underwear would be a more precise description. No, see, I was trying to ask why you'd taken off your maid uniform. And so you wrapped your uniform around the head of the brush and started dragging it across the floor. That was a joke when we made that suggestion. But you know what they say? Yesterday's joke is today's business model, so here we are. God damn it, Sachi. Excuse me. I need a minute. I'm so done. I'm so done with you, Sachi. Yeah, I left that on for a reason. No, I'm not good. I'm dealing with fucking Sachi. How do you think it's going? God damn it. Oh my god. I'm dealing with Sachi. That's what I'm doing. My boy Yuji makes a suggestion like this, and of fucking course Sachi takes it literally. She did this with a suggestion we made to her about showing up to class like this. My boy made a stupid suggestion to Sachi and she took it literally. Yes, Zach, I know I should expect this, but it's the absurdity of it. I suppose her clothes brush is contacting more of the floor at once than the standard version, but I'm more than a little dubious about how effective a cleaning instrument it is. Probably not very effective, I would wager. And in exchange, you're standing around in your underwear in front of a member of the opposite sex. Yeah? Yeah, no problems here. What are you talking about? No, this is fine. It's fine. Any thoughts on that?
ダメって。
Yeah. You look a little cold. Sorry, but I'm not familiar with the language of the sparrows.
ダメでしょうか。
Well, not for me. I'm not the sort to complain about a free show. Jesus Christ, Yuki! Jesus Christ!
それなら問題ありませんね。
Yeah, on my part? What about on your part, though? Yeah, have a good night, DeWalt. I hope you have nice dreams tonight. As soon as the words are out of her mouth, she goes back to work. Completely nonchalant. Things have gotten troublesome all of a sudden. There may not be any major problems at present, but if, say, Amane were to walk in right now, I think there's a good possibility I'd get dragged into an interrogation even lengthier than the one that followed the JB incident. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. That's even worse than Amane walking in right now. You had to jinx us, Yuji. You had to jinx us. At this point, I noticed Sakaki standing frozen inside the entrance. Planning to take a bath in your clothes? Yeah. Even as she spits out her retort, Sakaki's suspicious glare stays glued to Sachi in her bizarre appearance. Sachi! Not helping! Hold on, Sachi! There are a number of problems with your attempt at explaining this situation. Prior offender? Oh, you're talking about that time she came to school in her underwear. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. In case you have forgotten from like 2 episodes ago. Sakaki reaches into the pocket of her skirt and retrieves the usual item, aka her switchblade. Her box cutter. So she carries her self-defense stationary with her even into the bath? Truly cautious individual. Sachi could learn a thing or two from her example. I think I've mentioned this before, but that thing isn't going to work on me. Yumiko doesn't care. So the reason Sachi is in her underwear, she decided this would be a more efficient method of cleaning, and took off her clothes of her own initiative. Although I offered my explanation, fully expecting it to be rejected, Sakaki accepts my words surprisingly easily. It seems she's familiar enough with Sachi's lack of common sense, and even a bizarre story like this sounds perfectly plausible. So anyway, the Grand Bath is reserved for cleaning at the moment. At this announcement, Sakaki abruptly turns and walks out of the bathroom, her long hair streaming behind her. Sakaki. And we're just gonna act like absolutely nothing happened. Absolutely nothing at all. No, not at all. As for Sachi, she's already restarted her cleaning as if nothing happened. Truly an airhead. The females in this school seem to be somewhat lacking in the shame department. You really think I didn't figure that out from Amane? And Makina? Like they're the prime example of shameless. Or perhaps my preconceptions on the matter are as old-fashioned as wearing a pager on your hip. That is old school. Maybe this is just the way things are nowadays. They most certainly are not. I will tell you that for a fact. Yeah. Seems like I've still got quite a lot to learn. Sachi, you're really something. In a lot of ways. I'm not sure if that was meant to be an insult or a compliment in this context. And the funny thing is, I don't think even Yuji knows. I have a truly unlimited number of unresolved questions here, but one in particular stands out. Yeah, I appreciate it. Why is it that this girl can strip to her underwear in front of a man without even batting an eyelid, but blushes bright red when you give her anything resembling a compliment? Female thought processes are truly complex. Yeah, she does not, take well to flattery. Hi, Cerberus. You just missed one of the most absurd scenes in the mod. The game, what the hell am I saying? The late night thoughts are kicking in. You can tell my brain is just mush from that last scene. Yeah, you missed one of the most absurd scenes of the game so far. Like I said, Zach, you can tell my brain is just mush after that. Because it's like, I'm just mentally just trying to process what the hell I just witnessed. Because it's like, how am I supposed to react? It's like, what the hell am I looking at? Yeah, I already saw. No, that's not a foot pic. That's a foot emote. But yes, my guy, thank you for the money spam. I needed a bit of that after the absurdity we just witnessed. Ah, how's that going? In this way, a day spent in close observation of my classmate comes to an end. You're still gonna do more today? Okay. And starting the very next day, there's a clear change in my environment. I don't know if I should be curious or scared. Hi. They're kind of annoying sometimes. Specifically, this. Sachi has suddenly moved from her habitual seat directly in front of the teacher's podium to the desk immediately next to mine. What's this about, Sachi? Nah, bro, I still got like 2 or 2.5 hours left in me. Not that she's started pressing her blubber against me, Amane style. She's just changed her seat. Not a particularly dramatic event, really. Where did you come from? I'd like to hear an explanation myself, honestly. But first of all, can you stop interrogating me as if I'm an unfaithful husband? But this small change seems to have taken everyone around me by surprise, prompting general curiosity. Well, yeah, because Sachi is kind of rigid and unchanging to them. So the idea that she's just randomly up and moved her seat is a big deal to them. You're rather presumptuous. Oh? An interesting scenario. Where would things go from there? Hey, we just asked the question. You gave us the answer. I don't remember making you reveal your sick and twisted mind. Thank you, Machina. Just ask the one who moved. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to figure out. As Machina plunges into the heart of the matter, the other two Inquisitors catch their breath in anticipation. It's just what? She's finally thinking for herself. I love to see it. Looks like Yuji might have got through to her a little bit. She's actually starting to think for herself a little bit. I love it. And why exactly would she suddenly prefer this seat? Was nearly walking into a girl's bathroom together that much of a bonding experience? I think it was more of a wake-up call for Sachi. The experiences she had with you yesterday. Don't be ridiculous, Michiru. Having grasped the nature of the question, Sachi closes her eyes in thought. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm both excited and yet nervous for Sachi's response, because I think she's going to misinterpret the question. Just, does she like Sachi, or does she like Yuji, period? Not, what, you know, the rest of us see when... Not what the rest of us see when we see the question if you moved because you like Yuji. We all know what Michiru means, but does Sachi know that? That's the real question. Okay. So she did understand the question. Sachi simply answers the questions put to her in a steady, bland tone of voice. That hasn't changed at all from the day I met her. You say that as if I care. Yeah, before I even made my move. That's a new record. Yes, thank you, Machina! Thank you! Thank you for being the only person in this room with some sense. Well, then go make yourself some food, Anthony. That's all you gotta say, Sachi. There's a slight smile on Sachi's face as she speaks. Pretty confident she's speaking with complete honesty. Yes! And that really is an achievement for Sachi. And Yumiko, stop it. I spent an entire day with her yesterday, but Sachi's thoughts are still beyond my understanding. But it seems clear that her opinion of me has undergone a subtle change of some sort. Yes, and I think that's a good thing. Oh! Oh, here we go! Oh, here we go! Oh no! Oh, this is gonna be rich! Do you remember what we told Sachi to tell the principal next time she tries to dump more work on Sachi? Because I don't think this poor principal has any idea what she's in for. Expecting her usual Sachi. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
話しかける癖を直した方が
Oh my goodness. Word for word, exactly what we told her. We said that as a figure of speech. But of course, Sachi just takes it on the nose, literally. Why would Sachi say something like that, Principal? Spitting straight facts, yup. No? I just think there's a certain somebody's influence at play here. Oh, this is glorious. Oh boy. It's pretty well known that rabbits can die if they get lonely enough. Damn. Damn, bro. Rabbits have been rough, y'all. You might assume that means you should be petting your bunnies at all times, but in fact, excessive contact can stress their nerves badly enough to inspire escape attempts. Moderation is the rule in our interactions with other creatures. Exactly. But human beings have a hard time finding that balance even when we try. All too often we clumsily misjudge the appropriate distance, or stumble in our attempts to maintain it. What is it, Machina? Yeah, sounds bad. A crisis, to be sure. A recess period. Machina pops up noisily before my eyes, then proceeds to grab at my clothes and shake me back and forth. I ward her off with one hand, paying little attention to the specific content of her squawking. Well, I assume you're just babbling. Can't say I'm sensing a whole lot of danger right now. I beg to differ. I can't do anything about my face. Leaving that aside, I suppose it wouldn't do to ignore a global crisis. What? It's a pretty dramatic drop in scale, you little punk. Microcosmical. I like that. And Burnout, you have yourself a nice night. A wonderful rest of your day, whatever time it is for you. What the hell are you even talking about? I don't know, Zach. What exactly does this... What exactly does this involve, Amane? Oh, Machina's one thing, but if Amane's backing her up, I guess this does warrant my attention. Ask Machina. I have a feeling this is gonna get out of hand if everyone jumps into the conversation. But just as I'm about to shoo away the two late arrivals, for some reason, Amani jabs out her finger in my direction and powerfully declares something or other. I'd appreciate it if you could explain what it is a little more comprehensively than that. What? I have no idea what this woman is talking about. Does leading a normal student life require the ability to find enjoyment in this sort of vague, meaningless riddle? In that case, I've still got a ways to go. Oh, so we're talking about Sakaki. Finally, we're on the same page. I used the word everyone when only 5 of us are here. Amani is suggesting my unconscious exclusion of Sakaki Yumiko. The group suggests a problem in our social dynamic. I don't see the problem here. Seems to be what she wants to me. What she does with her recess period is none of my business. She's keeping her distance out of her own free will, so presumably this is how she wants it to be. I don't think it's necessarily something we need to worry about. I'm with Yuji on this one. That's her damn business. I'm just going all Kermit Frog, but that's none of my business. Right now. I think you're reading into it a bit too much, Amane. I hadn't thought of it that way. Well, she might be onto something. Yeah, things might change. They might change for the better. They might change for the worse. Who's to say? That's just a string of gibberish. Sakaki is a human being, after all. Sakaki. Much as her box cutter brandishing mischief may stand out, letting those moments of hostility prejudice all her interactions with her means giving up on all hope of mutual understanding. Doesn't she already do that? How did you reach that conclusion? Do you have any evidence whatsoever? Oh, you're funny, Makina. Just going off the template. Okay, you can stop talking now. You all don't seem very inspired to try. And Michiru, I think you're just being selfish. No, she is not. That sounds like a terrible idea. If she finds out that's what's going on, oh boy, that's gonna blow up in your face big time, Amane. That's gonna blow up in your face big time. A contest? That sounds like a terrible idea. I don't think of myself as the sharpest tool in the shed. But I'm just saying, Amani, that's a terrible idea. Is it my imagination, or is this sounding increasingly fishy? Also, potentially dangerous? Yes, all of the above. Yeah? Why are we even talking about this? What? Sachi, that is not okay. Oh god. Oh god, Amane, don't give Sachi ideas. We know what happens when you give Sachi ideas. It is. That's dangerous. Yes, it will. Okay, I'm starting to get slightly concerned. Can we slow down for a second here? Are you all seriously gonna do this? My voice of restraint falls on deaf ears. The rest of the group is getting more fired up by the second. We have to warn her. Yeah, I know who Microsoft is. I am on bloody Windows. Of course I know who Microsoft is. How does that even work, Amane? You're just making this up as you go at this point. A book reading Sakaki? What does it even mean? Please explain in detail. Was it a surreal gag? Did Amane trip over her tongue in her increasingly frantic excitement? At this rate, I'll likely never know the truth. The bizarre conversation rolls forward, momentum building by the second. You'd think everyone involved is hitting the peak of a chemical-induced high. Oh yeah, this definitely sounds like one. It might just be my imagination, but sometimes I think I may have found my way into a fairly deranged excuse for a learning environment. Oh dear. Do people actually hate Sakaki or what? The enthusiastic group of conspirators doesn't dignify my perfectly reasonable question with a response. Tragically, for Sakaki, the next recess period arrives all too quickly. And what if I do? Fine. Why are you all dragging me into this? I don't want to be part of this. Fine. Let's just get this over with. To be honest, I seriously doubt this is going to get us any closer with Sakaki, but giving the game away would probably make things just as awkward in its own way. And so I've adopted the typically Japanese policy of watching passively over the situation from a safe distance. Oh. Sakaki Yumiko, the unexplored territory, the final frontier. Nice reference. Seated at her desk, face buried in a thick book, her body language projects a desire to be left alone. That's all she wants, man! The Suo Amane expedition takes the first daring step into the wilderness. Her approach appears impressively natural. Woman, something of a skilled actress, apparently. Of course, she could probably be putting that talent to better use than this, but... Sakaki coolly throws out a perceptive question without bothering to look up from her book, prompting a flustered denial from Amane. You think? What do you think you were doing setting up this game? Yuki goes like, what am I hearing? she's like, you're gonna have to narrow it down. And Imprudent, Imprudent, I have seen one of the most absurd scenes in this game so far tonight. That's what's up. I have seen one of the most absurd things this game has thrown at me. And I feel bad that you had to see that, Monty. That scene we saw earlier. I feel bad you had to see that. Machina, you're not helping. Machina tries to snatch away the book with a surprise attack, but is forcefully rebuffed by Sakaki, who's clearly in a state of heightened wariness. Machina clicks her tongue in irrepressible frustration. She'd been gambling on taking the big points at that opportunity, but sadly, her moment has passed with nothing more than a 1-point hand touch. Sachi, you're a natural. You should not be treating this like a game. Amane and Machina quietly mutter to each other, careful to keep out of Sakaki's earshot. The palm of Sakaki's hand and her fingers are pretty much a package deal, so I'll award 1 point for the pair. With the addition of the wrist, Sachi's jumped in from early lead with 2 points. That's just Amane doing Amane things. Amane! Wording! Oh my god, Amane! Wording! Jesus Christ. Can't just go around saying that so casually. All out in the country, all the old ladies go around thumping people like this at the drop of a hat. Bro, wording. Thumping, 5 points. And she just executed a 5-hit combo. Making excellent use of her folksy Kanzi girl act, Amane seizes 25 points in the blink of an eye. The old lady reference also seems like a clever play, taking advantage of the difference in their ages, but expressing my admiration on this point would likely lead to a new conflict. I exercise discretion and keep my traps shut. Uh-huh. Just when I thought the balance of power had shifted to Amane, Machina uses her established thoughtlessness as a cover to launch a new series of attacks, quickly acquiring 40 points. Keeping up with the scoring is beginning to prove challenging in its own right. Michiru, stop! Yumiko, run! Sakaki anticipates Michiru's approach and brings it to a premature halt with her powerful glare. The pseudo-tsundere wilts like a potted plant under the desert sun. Damn, Sachi! Seizing the moment once again, Sachi deftly plucks a button from Sakaki's uniform, then holds it up for inspection on the palm of her hand. Sakaki's clearly dubious. In comparison, Sachi's beaming from ear to ear. She's got guts to launch a bold attack like that under such risky circumstances. In deference to our dauntless soul of a maid, I mentally award 50 points, bringing Sachi's total to 52. She's regained the lead in a flash. How do you think she's gonna get it back on? Sachi launches a follow-up attack. Pulling on Sakaki's school uniform earns her 3 points, bringing her total to 55. Machina, stop! Machina adds 2 tugs for a total addition of 6 points. With a score of 46, she's hot on Sachi's heels. Sakaki's not completely oblivious. By this point, she's clearly realized that she's become the group's plaything. Her voice has a dangerous edge to it. Amane seems to have discovered a genuine split end. Sakaki falters for a moment, obviously thrown off her balance. Devious as Amane may be at times, I don't think this was planned out beforehand. Yep. Sakaki attempted to bury the split end in her thick hair, but Amane smoothly intercedes and takes up position behind her. Compared to the clearly unnatural interactions earlier, this is a convincingly normal development. From a neutral perspective, it would appear an action of pure goodwill and friendliness on Amane's part. Accordingly, Sakaki proves unable to offer any firm resistance. 1, 2, 3 touches of the hair. Of course, unbeknownst to her, Amane's racking up points by the second. Having won Sakaki's trust for the moment, Amane no longer has any need to employ risky, aggressive tactics. As she slowly and steadily racks up points, Machina on Sachi's faces grow increasingly tense with desperation. Shears! Michiru, it's painful just to watch you. The girl's thoughts are written too plainly on her face, especially when she's up to no good. Sakaki's going to shoot her down every time. Perhaps this will inspire her to take a good long look at herself. Yeah, probably not. On the other extreme, Amane is already coasting into a leisurely victory lap. Combing through Sakaki's long hair, she snips out split ends with the scissors she borrowed from Michiru. As she's racking up another 10 points with every centimeter she harvests, she's already well into the triple digits. Although Sakaki's keeping her expression blank, her reaction to Amane's fiddling with her hair appears to be something like relaxed boredom. Putting aside the points in this silly contest, it seems like they really might be getting friendlier. Machina, stop it! Shot down instantly. Makina and Sachi try their best to claw back into the fight, but Sakaki's on high alert. Their hands are tied. At this point, it's no exaggeration to say the match is all but decided. Very soon, the chime heralding the end of recess period will sound. At that moment, this battle will be concluded as well. Sitting comfortably on a commanding lead, Amari refrains from touching Sakaki's hair longer than necessary, bringing the grooming session to a natural end. Long since out of the running, Michiru seems destined to end the match with an inept 0 points. As Amane hands over the scissors, they slip through the dejected Michiru's hands and clatter against the floor. As a side note, don't get the idea that Michiru's only careless when depressed. This sort of thing happens all the time. Dropping down under the desks, Michiru crawls forward a bit in the direction of the group. Picking up her scissors, she immediately begins to stand up. Uh-oh. As Michiru's head lunges towards her, like the world's clumsiest uppercut, Sakaki instinctively reaches out with her hand to defend herself. Of course, in those hands, she's still holding the book she's been protecting all this time. God damn it, Michiru! Anthony, that line feels very much appropriate right now. Oh my god. Emotional damage! Everybody is humiliated. Michiru just got the ultimate comeback. Out of nowhere. And she totally did not plan that. Don't mind me, just gonna yoink this. Of course, Machina. In the next instant, Sakaki's frozen in place. Her book, knocked violently out of her hand, now rests on top of her head. Apparently unable to process the situation, Sakaki stands perfectly still. Sakaki's face is blank with dazed confusion. The hardcover book lies open across the crown of her head like some bizarre helmet. It's a truly surreal moment. I find myself staring blankly, utterly lost for words. Machina has already burst into an explosion of tactless laughter, and Amani's trying and failing to contain her own amusement. Sachi, on the other hand, gazes with some bitterness at this truly astonishing bottom of the ninth comeback. And in that moment, the bell echoes through the classroom, ending the contest. At the next recess period, we've gathered in the hallway in an attempt to avoid Sakaki's notice. I think you're all well aware already. With a final score of 10,000 points earned by planting Sakaki's book on top of her head, Michiru is our champion. You got lucky. It very much is, Machina. It very much is.
認めなさい。家庭はどうあれ結果が全て。運も実力のうちってね。
No. Just no. Michiru may have been completely nonplussed by her victory at first, but upon grasping the situation, she's instantly puffed herself up like a peacock. I think it's fairly clear the girl has a lot of backed up resentment. Oh, Makina, stop it. She got lucky.
はい、みちる様らしくありません。みちる様、バランスを取るためにも次の機会はぜひ負けてくださいませ。
Sachi, please.
そこまで言う必要ないでしょ。まあまあ、ええやんみんな。
Amane offers the group vague, soothing words in full Kanzi dialect.
ところでみちる、最後のあれって狙ってたわけじゃないわよね。もちろん偶然でしょ。
Amane, I think you know how she's gonna respond to that.
あ、いや、もちろん計算づくに決まってるじゃない。
No, it happened completely by accident. Michiru's voice rings with bold confidence. Judging from her stilted phrasing, it's most likely a complete lie, but the words nonetheless sound fairly convincing as they echo hollowly down the hallway. At that moment, everyone else freezes in pure shock. With a quick survey of our surroundings, I soon learn why. I don't think Amane is mouthing the word idiot with a slightly smug look on her face. I don't miss Amane mouthing the word idiot with a slightly smug look on her face either. Her reaction to defeat is to plot revenge, it would seem. Quite a woman.
でもこれで本当にユミコと少しは仲良くなれたのかしら。
No, I think not. Sorry.
なんでよ。多分みちるがもう無事じゃいられないからかな。どういう意味よ、それ。
Uh-oh. Look behind you. I knew it! How did I know she would come looking for us after all that shit we put her through last recess period? How did I know she would come looking for us to find out why the hell we did all that? With the familiar ominous sound, the shadowy figure that snuck up behind Michiru mutters a few ice-cold words. The smile on Michiru's face instantly hardens into a rigid grimace. Copious streams of sweat begin to run down her forehead and along her cheeks. At last aware of her plight, Michiru squeezes out a few whimpering words of reproach. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just noticed a moment ago myself. God damn it, Amane! Clever girl.
でも安心しました。みちる様にはふさわしい終わり方でほっとしています。ほっとすんな。危険な愚着なのよさ。なあ、ユミちゃんも。分かってると思うけど、当然あなたたちも絶対に許さないから。
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know how you all thought this would end.
ほら、ある意味仲良くなったと思わない？
I told you this would end horribly. You're such an optimist, Amane.
私はどうしたら？
What do you think? Well, probably the same thing as the rest of us. Retreat! Double time! You don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be faster than the slowest person. Oh, here we go. This is great. This day would go down as the first time in the Academy's history that all of its students were simultaneously absent from a class. But it said that no one involved dared to speak the reason why. That was incredible! Oh, that's great. Our daily habits become part of who we are. Yep. Like me with my games and shit. That goes for everything from the natural routines, like washing your face or brushing your teeth, to the obsessive rituals, like always moving your left leg first when you walk. I know I don't run every single day for some conscious reason. The habit's just ingrained into my personality at this point. Doesn't matter how tired I am, doesn't matter if it's pouring rain, doesn't matter if the wind's blowing me all over the road. Even when I'm a little sick, I'm out there running like it's a cure for the common cold. 16 kilometers every morning, like clockwork. In 1 month, that's 496. In a year, 5,840. God damn. When you work it out, I'm running the distance to Singapore annually with change to spare. A pretty respectable distance, if I do say so myself. Not that I'm particularly aiming to go see the Merlion or try out the famous chicken rice. My itinerary is strictly local. Every day I make my way around the outer walls of the school, past the shuttered stores of the shopping district, by a few poorly maintained Shinto shrines. Every day I take in the same coastal scenery. It might sound repetitive, but I don't feel the need to change my standard course. Running a familiar road at a familiar pace makes for better training. That said, my route isn't completely set in stone. For example, if I happen to notice an acquaintance nearby, I'll sometimes head in their direction. Not that I chase people around town, of course. I just catch up and offer a brief greeting. It just seems like the polite thing to do, especially when they're a school friend of mine. I see that, Anthony. Indeed you are, from how much you've been posting. This morning, as I'm following my standard marathon route around the Academy's campus, I catch sight of Matsushima Michiru. I had planned to do 3 quick laps around the school before heading towards the station, but Michiru's appearance gives me pause. Even from a distance, her body language is clearly unusual. From the way she's trudging along the road with her shoulders slumped, you'd think the force of gravity is operating at double strength in her immediate vicinity. Something seems distinctly off with the girl. Then again, it's still very early in the morning, and I don't want to disturb her privacy. Probably better not to call out to her. Gee, I wonder why. As I make my way through the shopping district, I try to think of reasons why Michiru would leave the school at such an early hour. She's a little young to be heading to a public park for radio calisthenics, so what's her objective? When I happen to spot the girl for the second time in this one training session, my curiosity proves harder to suppress. This time I'm running along the coast when I notice her blonde hair dead ahead. She's walking slowly up the same road, her head slightly bowed. At this rate, I'll catch her up very soon. When I overtake her, I can just say a quick hello. But Michiru abruptly turns off my route. Before I have the chance to say anything, she's vanished down a side path. Having completed my standard 16 kilometers, I return to the dorm as usual. Usually I'd take a quick shower next. But the uncharacteristic melancholy I could see in Michiru even from a distance seemed to have left an oddly strong impression on me. It's weighing on my mind. We're classmates, I suppose. Can't hurt to stick my nose in every once in a while. Mumbling something of an excuse to myself, I wipe the sweat from my neck with a towel, then head back outside the school grounds. I have to say, though, I don't understand people who dream about living in a house by the sea. The ocean breeze makes everything rust. The moisture makes it hard to dry your laundry. If a seaside town sounds romantic, you've probably never lived in one. Oh yeah. Sure you can come to love your home wherever it may be. But let me assure you, There's nothing idyllic about drunken teenagers partying on the beach for months at a time, especially given their tendency to launch fireworks at midnight. Let's see. Pretty sure she was headed this way. Oh! Damn! This would make for a nice wallpaper. Look at that. That would make for a nice wallpaper, guys. Just look at that. I find Michiru seated on a high ridge overlooking the sea, aimlessly gazing into the distance. I approach slowly, but she appears oblivious to my presence. I'm consciously taking loud, conspicuous steps, to no apparent effect. This girl's carelessness exceeds my expectations. She's crumpled into herself like a load of laundry long forgotten in the hamper. More than anything else, she looks worn out, exhausted even, almost like a completely different person. You can hear the sound of waves in the distance. The sunlight is gentle this morning, the weather fair and pleasant. The location isn't bad either, but if this is an early morning picnic, she's forgotten to bring food. Michiru. The fastest way to figure out what she's doing here is probably to just ask her, but she doesn't respond to my voice. What's wrong? Waiting to get picked up by the garbage truck? In that case, you've got to label yourself as oversized waste. They can't pick up bottle blondes if you just dump one on the curb, I'm afraid. Normally, a remark like this would be met by an indignant, cryptic shriek of Mookie as soon as it left my mouth. But today, I get nothing. Just what is going on with this girl? Well, it sounds like we are finally breaking through. This is something of a breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen. I think she's finally dropping the act for once. I rapidly review and analyze Michiru's recent behavior. Okay, just what do we have here? It doesn't take long for me to reach an extremely plausible hypothesis. All the pieces fall into place. You see, so that's what's going on. Why didn't I realize sooner? Careless. Very careless. Damn! Finally gotten a grasp on the situation. Specifically, the nature of Matsushima Michiru's bodily distress. Michiru, has your dysentery taken a turn for the worse? You should have told me! Why suffer in silence? Alright, first order of business. I need to look at your stool. I need to look at your stool to confirm the progression of the disease. Hurry up! Out with it! That finally got you to wake up, huh? When I grab Michiru's shoulders with both hands and begin shaking her vigorously, there's finally a response. I was half convinced she'd fainted sitting up. Things don't seem to be quite that serious. Good question. Why am I here? What do you think? Michiru may have recognized my presence, but her normal bristly attitude is notable by its absence. It's not just that her armor has fallen off, it feels as though she isn't aware of her own state of vulnerability. Why am I here? That would be because I came here. Therefore, here I am. Understood? Either way, that's of little importance at the moment. Produce a stool sample at once. Cut the back talk, maggot! You're the one who ate contaminated food! Here I am, kindly offering to examine your stool as a favor to my classmate. This is your attitude? Evacuate your bowels at once! That's the joke. What's that supposed to mean? Are you implying that my mental picture of you is fundamentally flawed? I picture you in the mountains, discovering colorful toadstools. You try to shriek. Oh my god, what's this? It's like so cute! When the so is out of your mouth, you've stuffed it full of mushrooms. You're dead seconds later.
そんなことするわけないでしょ。何？私ってそんなイメージなの？
Tell me, what kind of image do you think your acquaintances have of you?
それはいつも元気に青い鳥を探して走り回ってるツンデレミチルタン。私は本当は青い鳥を見つけたいわけじゃないんだからねって感じかしらね。
If you don't want to find one, why are you chasing it in the first place?
例えでしょ。今のはミチルのごく一部なのよ。わかる？ここはあんま言わなくていいのよ。
Sadly, I find your explanation incoherent. And that image of you lying dead in the forest with mushrooms spilling out of your mouth doesn't seem to be going anywhere. My apologies.
うるさいわね。とにかくいつも元気な私なのよ。
Doesn't seem like it to me. Certainly, my impression of Michiru up to today has been pretty similar to her description. Constantly cheerful idiot girl. Today, she's got none of the usual vigor, and her tsundere act has all but disappeared. When women act differently from normal, it's most likely because it's that time of the month. We're dealing with a girl going through a difficult age. One must put these questions delicately. It'll be awkward to answer. I lower my voice and beckon Michiru closer with my hand. Michiru. Michiru draws her face near. I put the matter to her in the most gentlemanly way I know how. Are you menstruating? He did say the most gentlemanly way he knows. That didn't mean it was the best way. God damn it, Yuji. You have no idea of subtlety. I thought it would be better than shouting, but it seems our opinions differ. I'm simply trying to understand the situation. Is it iron deficiency then? That won't just give you anemia, you know, makes it easier to catch colds as well. There's no reason to stuff yourself with vitamin C like an idiot if you forget to eat anything else. You need balance, understand? Balance. So it's not anemia, not menstruation, and not a nutritional deficiency. I'm out of ideas. What's actually going on here? It's fine. You can give it to me straight. I've been in the field a long time, you know? Probably not going to shock me. Yes, go on. What is it? Yes. Looking at... Let's say what? Very nice. I must say. Very, very nice. The sea? Michiru gives a quick, embarrassed nod, her eyes downcast. Looking at the sea, I ruminate carefully on these words. Just what hidden meaning lurks inside this brief, cryptic cipher of a sentence? I know of a certain Japanese organization that refers to its maneuvering grounds as the mountains. Alright, so what would the sea indicate? Nothing comes to mind. Sorry, Michiru, when you say the sea, what exactly are you referring to? That's a Yuji. The sea is the sea, which would make looking the key word, eh? I'd assumed you were indicating some sort of special surveillance mission. Was I missing something? Was I missing some crucial context? Excuse me? You were literally just looking at the ocean. Yes, Yuji. Explain yourself. I'm baffled. You were staring at a giant salt puddle, at a giant saltwater puddle for no reason whatsoever? Yes, Yuji! That is a thing that people do! Okay? Okay? Of course there is! The first and biggest problem is that you don't see anything wrong with it. Listen carefully. Time is not an infinite resource. You only get so much. Our lives are brief. How to make use of the precious time we're given is an absolutely essential problem. It's one thing if you're never given the opportunity to make your own choices. Some people spend their lives following orders from others. If that's the only path open to you, then you just have to deal with it as best you can. But you, my friend, have the good fortune to be free. And you're choosing to use your time staring at the sea for no reason at all? I find that extremely hard to understand. As your classmate, I request that you produce an acceptable reason for looking at the ocean. Understood? He is, Michiru. Oh, no you don't. Can I conceive of this as a rest and relaxation period then? I don't think I can accept it unless there's some sort of concrete meaning to your actions. Yuji, you would make a great chess teacher. I'm just saying. I get the feeling this guy would be a fucking wizard at chess. I see. I have to say, you really didn't seem to be enjoying it much. Michiru squints her eyes against the sea breeze. Her expression belies her words. This explanation seems dubious at best. But then again, I suppose it was foolish of me to expect any coherent logical basis for this woman's behavior. We stand below the vivid. Have to sneeze. Excuse me. We stand below the vivid, clear summer sky, utterly wasting our time. If things are going to continue along these lines, it'd be more productive to return to the dorm now and just read for a while. Michiru, my friend, have you considered the possibility that this abnormal desire to view the ocean is the product of some sort of bacterial infection in your brain? Excuse me. Yeah. Yuji. He definitely does not get how people work outside of the life that he's lived. All just military, you know? Then perhaps there's a kappa in your family tree? No, wait, they live in rivers. Damn. What's this? Let me see your head for a second. Shut your mouth and present me your cranium. Don't give me any trouble. I pulled Michiru's head towards me and quickly pluck out a single hair. Among her mass of thoroughly bleached blonde locks, there was a single pure black strand. What? What? Did the Kappa ancestor ring any bells? Not to worry though, nothing's broken. I just pulled out a black hair for you. Kinda stands out when it's surrounded by a sea of blonde. No matter how much effort you put in, you're probably gonna miss a few hairs like this unless you have someone else take a look for you. You've got some cucumber bits around your mouth, by the way. I'll pass. Why bother looking at it? It's the same as it was yesterday. I think the ocean will get along just fine even if I don't sit around staring at it. I give in to her pestering and stare out at the ocean. As expected, there has been no dramatic development since the last time I saw it. The sea may be the same as always, but Michiru is clearly different today. The tone of her voice is strange. True enough, 70% of the Earth is covered in oceans. Huge is a relative concept, but I think this would qualify by the more typical standards of comparison. Michiru laughs, inexplicably amused by my simple statement of fact. But in the next moment, that unusually serious expression is back on her face. Yes! Yes, Michiru, you are absolutely correct. We are just tiny, insignificant specks living on a dumb space rock, floating in this massive void we call space. With potentially an untold number of other galaxies out there. Like, bro, when you really start thinking about just how small we are in the grand scheme of things, it starts to get depressing. So, maybe don't do that? Maybe don't go down that route, Pichiru? Like, just saying. We just have to enjoy the time that we have. Yuji is right about that. We have to make the most of the time that we have. That's why I like doing these. That's why I like doing this so much. Michiru brazenly fires off a set of lines you can normally only hear the likes of in the corniest of decades-old made-for-TV teenage drama fests. If she's not intentionally quoting something, this is about as hackneyed and cliched as it gets. Hackneyed, hackneyed, I have no idea. And cliched as it gets. Kind of? The heck does that mean? Lacking significance through having been overused. Unoriginal and trite. Hackneyed. Yeah, so I had it right the first time. Hackneyed. Hackneyed. Stupid silent letters. What's more, she's not remotely sheepish about her trite words. Fascinating. Maybe I'll take a look inside her head and see how the machinery works. She's clearly got a few screws loose already, so it should pop open easily enough. Yeah, maybe it was. But in the end, I decided to affirm her statement. It's a fact that humans are only one part of the greater whole of nature. It might be cliched to reflect on the transitory nature of our existence, but that doesn't make it any less valid a thought. That doesn't mean you need to repeat it. Once was plenty. Yep. Michiru's clearly gotten carried away. It might have been a mistake to give her ego a boost like that. In the end, she's nothing more than an idiot. Can't have her getting too satisfied with herself. Too exasperated even to sigh, I send Michiru an expressive glare. Not that I'm confident she'll be able to see the cold pity in my eyes. Back to reality. Nothing. Nothing at all. Oh! Looks like the girl's had a sudden flash of insight. Perhaps she's finally become aware of her own foolishness? Classic intimidation tactic. Just stare. Just maintain eye contact. A lot of people get really uncomfortable the longer you stare. Just without saying anything. As Michiru babbles on, she moves her arms to hide her tiny chest from view. Look, Maggot, I have no interest in your pitiful excuse for a rat. Well, this took a turn. A nice body is a term we might use to describe, say, a mane. By any reasonable standard, your breasts are tragically underdeveloped. My condolences. That girl's in a whole different category. Are you really happy about beating a complete outlier?
嬉しくな
Oh, Michiru, no! The corners of Michiru's mouth rise ever so slightly, probably recalling Makina's washboard of a chest and mentally comparing it to her own. What a petty human being. Have you no pride, woman? You might as well gloat about handling your chopsticks better than some tourist from France.
じゃあね私お胸大きいもん大きいんだってば大きいって言いなさいよね
It doesn't work that way, Michiru. They're big.
みちる様のお胸はとっても大きいですって言いなさいよ
Michiru-sama's breasts are very large indeed.
なんかムカつく
Did you really expect him to say that with a serious tone of voice? Come on, now! Apparently my complete lack of sincerity got across to you. Anyway, it sounds like you've cheered up a little. Oh, this is rich. This is not what I expected when we came down here.
だから最初から元気だって言ってるでしょ
No, you're
い
not.
つも私なの
Is that cat again? The black cat from the other day appears from somewhere or other. Purring loudly, it sidles up to Michiru and aggressively rubs up against her leg. I see. So you were searching for a black cat rather than a blue bird.
そういうわけじゃないんだからねたまたまですよ
Uh-huh, sure.
この猫初めて見るなへえこんなところに猫がいるとはね奇遇だなにゃ奇遇
Huh. What was this cat's name again? Something
名前
like...
ないんじゃない知らないな
That's right, it's Rommel.
猫にゃですなんてよねそんな変な名前でこの子のこと
So it is that same cat. You gave it away, Michiru. Just as I thought. It's the same animal that was at the school before, isn't it? Didn't know it was your pet.
だから違いますこんな猫知らないもん
What, Rommel isn't an acquaintance of yours?
猫にゃだって言ってる
Oh, Michiru. Monika's not buying it. We're not buying it, Michiru. We're not buying it. Hmm? You dropped something. Allow me.
いいです拾わんといて
Carton of milk, okay? That's a bit unexpected.
私が牛乳大好きなの知
No, you're not.
確かにみんなの前では一度も飲んだことないけど大好きでいつも飲んでるのよ
No, you're
みんなの
not.
前では一瞬たりともそんな素振り見せたことはないけどね
Uh-huh, sure, Jan. I see, that's good to hear. If by any chance you'd been giving milk to the cat, I would have had to stop you.
なんで
No worries, since you're the one drinking it, there's no problem. Enjoy.
これは私のだから問題ないのよね
Oh!
なんでねえ教えなさいよね
Michiru! Oh no, she's about to learn the hard way. You cannot finish a whole gallon of milk in 1 hour. Like, it's just physically impossible. Alright, let me break it down for you. Giving the cat milk can upset its stomach badly. If you're that desperate to give it some, you need to dilute the milk with water first.
別にどうしても与えないわけじゃないもん
As soon as the words are out of her mouth, Michiru's glancing restlessly around the area. Yeah, she does. She does. What's wrong? Looking for a source of water by any chance?
違います水を探していませんなんでもないのバカズブズブにゃー
The black cat wraps itself around Michiru's leg like a fuzzy boa constrictor, and starts to rub the corner of his jaw roughly against her ankle. Looks like it's trying to mark her with its scent. Seems like you've pretty much tamed the animal. One could almost get the mistaken impression that he's begging for the milk you always give him.
そんなことないです。猫にゃ。このどこの馬の骨ともわからぬ猫。つまり馬猫は懐いてきてません。
Doesn't seem like it to me. Are you sure about that? Rommel seems awfully.
だから猫にゃ。あ、いや、馬。馬です。この猫は馬です。
A hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Now, where have I heard that one before? Where have I heard that before? I wonder. No, it isn't. It's clearly a cat. Apparently giving up on its request for milk, the feline in question sinks to the ground at Michiru's feet and rolls itself up into a ball. Within seconds, it closes its eyes and falls fast asleep. You must have been feeding it, for quite a while, for it to trust you this much. Alright, Anthony, well, it's been nice having you. I'll be live tomorrow, unless things get busy at work. We'll see. Yes, you do. Could you please try to calm down a bit? You have a bad habit of firing off unintelligible gibberish when you get worked up. Whatever you say, Michiru. She reaches down and scratches the neck of the defenseless cat with the tip of her fingers. The animal moves its head in time with her strokes in evident pleasure, then begins to lick at the pink pads on its paws. The cat seems so completely and blissfully relaxed that I half expected it to melt in a contented puddle. Just watching it, I can feel some of the stiffness in my shoulders begin to lighten. It's not good to carelessly let your guard down. Keeping up a state of constant tension is an even worse idea. After a brief glance around the area, I decide to take a moment of rest. Alright, alright, I think I'll join him down there for a while. I drop myself to the ground next to Michiru. Flustered, she grabs at her skirt and holds it close, preventing any potential visual access to the interior. Don't be an idiot. I don't have any ulterior motive. You worry about the stupidest things. Like what? A bit of cloth? Nothing worth worrying about. Michiru's apparently worried about disturbing the cat now slumbering at her feet, as she's avoiding any large movements. Either way, I truly don't have any secret plans involving her underwear. I just wanted to sprawl out on the grass and think about nothing at all for a while. It's been a long time since I've laid myself down onto the ground and gazed blankly up into the sky like this. Every once in a while, I do spend some time gazing at the clouds, but I tend to be thinking things over while I do so. But as Michiru says, just looking for no particular reason isn't bad in its own way. The vault of blue above me hasn't changed. It looks just as it did when I was a child. I'd thought the clouds might seem a little closer by now, but naturally they're the same as they've always been. My perspective may be a meter or so higher when I stand, but that's completely insignificant on this scale. Yeah, no kidding. I can stretch my hand up all I want. It'll never reach the clouds. We're all but changed to the dirt beneath our feet. Yep, unless you have a jetpack or something. I see. Not a bad view. Not a bad view at all. Michiru begins to speak, her tone somewhat troubled. Huh. Interesting thought, Michiru. Interesting thought. You're not the first to come to such a conclusion, by any means. Not about... You must think I'm reaching. But... no! You came to a similar realization, not thinking about the sky, but through other means. Come on. What makes you say that, Michiru? What makes you say that? I've heard of people who get disturbed by the way the moon always seems to follow you around, but the world as a giant box angle is new to me. I think I understand. You don't look at the night sky in order to prevent yourself from transforming into a wolf, right? I imagine that would be mighty troublesome. Whoa! Michiru, where the hell is this coming from? What the hell? You doing okay? That's very concerning. Damn, bro! Well, this weather really does make you want to take a siesta. That said, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, so the timing is a bit off. No worries on that front. I've had you down. Excuse me. I've had you down. It's exceptionally weird for a long time now. Yeah, I remember thinking about this kind of thing in study hall. Sometimes. Like when I just had nothing to do. I would just wonder about this. And like, it's just not worth getting all hung up over. We have to live our lives while we enjoy it. We have to live our lives while we have it. You know, don't think about what comes after. Just enjoy what time you do have on this earth. What? Yeah. I know that, Michiru. Oh, excuse me. If possible, I'd like to talk about this while observing her face, but if Michiru-sama desires otherwise, I can do naught but obey. I ease myself back onto the grass and listen to her voice. I'm not sure you want Yuji to answer that question for you. Are we talking about religious ideology here? You want to hear something about a final moral judgment? I don't think anybody really knows. Let's see. I haven't died yet, so I can't speak with much authority, but probably nothing. If you're imagining floating naked in a pure white space, I think you're slightly off. The way I picture it, it's just like going to sleep and then never waking up again. Everyone else will probably be running around worrying about the funeral, but what do you care? Of course, people die in many different ways, but in the end, we're all taking a never-ending nap.
意外と楽なのかもね。
Depends on how you look at it. Anyway, heaven and hell are just the remnants of an archaic moral system. Nobody really takes that stuff seriously anymore. Don't see many people going around walking on water or making magical wine out of it. Of course, it seems God does appear before the chosen few every once in a while. Most often to tell them they need to start up a political campaign. Michiru begins to ask something, but stops before the words leave her mouth. After a moment of silence, she starts to speak again. I can't tell whether it's the continuation of her dangling sentence or a completely new topic. Getting a bit ahead of yourself there. Or do you plan to die anytime soon? I mean, this place has such a beautiful view, right? Feels like you can... I mean, this place has such a beautiful view, right? Feels like you can see across the whole world from up here. I'd be happy if I could sleep forever in a place like this. Oh, that was Michiru's line. Sorry. To be honest, I'm a little displeased to hear a perfectly healthy person scouting out locations for their tomb. You want me to dig a hole and bury you in it? Look, you can't just go making a grave wherever you please. You understand that? The cat is concerned. The cat's eyes shoot open at the sound of Michiru's shout. Startled, it bounds away like a spring, vanishing in the blink of an eye. I slowly raise my upper body off the ground, brushing off the grass clinging to my clothes. And how is that my fault exactly? Why are we talking about lettuce? Romaine? Michiru's expression has returned to the norm. It's as though the conversation just now never happened. Well, if you're hungry, I guess I can split my beans with you. Says the girl who's always filling up on convenience store box lunches packed full of preservatives. A little conversation about death took me by surprise, honestly. Not what you expect from a random chat with your classmate. But life is always shadowed by death. The only question is whether you're aware of its presence at your side. Sometimes a man who looked perfectly healthy in the morning goes to sleep and then never opens his eyes again. Alright, goodbye for real this time, Anthony. Death can come at any time, and once it does, it's too late to regret the things you've left undone. Morbidity isn't productive, but sometimes we should remember that nothing lasts forever. Michiru's words might be significant in their own way. Michiru calls me from some distance away. Carefree girl. I'll catch up to her in seconds if that's the extent of her head start. I begin to walk slowly, trying to decide what sort of drink I'll have her buy me. Rookies should stick to moving in pairs. You'd better know what you're doing if you want to work alone. Oh yeah. I'm quoting a professional detective, but the words are generally applicable. When you're tailing someone, a pair is less conspicuous than a single shadow. Of course, that can change depending on the circumstances. In most cases, though, one stone-faced guy glaring at your back is going to inspire more caution than two idiots who happen to be following the same road. Even the best international agents usually use a male and female pair. A single tail isn't unheard of, but it demands significantly greater skill and experience. Yes, hello, Sachi. A major part of the challenge is that some people are simply more wary than others. As you've just seen, your target may turn and look behind them at completely unpredictable moments. Which means when you're shadowing someone, especially solo, perception and anticipation are the most crucial elements of success. Yes, hi Yumiko. Incidentally, on this particular tailing mission, I've got a tale of my own. Are you having fun yet down there? She seems to think it's going well, but I noticed her unwavering stare as soon as I left the dorm. Being observed isn't really a problem in and of itself, but I should probably make things clear before she starts developing any unfounded self-confidence. Sakaki, if you've got something to say, feel free. Anytime. Yeah, pretty much from the second I left the dorm. Thought she was slick. But nope, not in the slightest. Ouch. That is definitely a blow to the confidence right there. Like, ouch, dude. That is definitely a confidence blow right there. Sakaki's eyes widen in surprise. Seems she did indeed have some misguided pride in her attempt at stealth. Why are you following me around, anyway? I see. So that's how she wants to play this. Alright, Sakaki. I think we all know there's a greater mystery here. Why are you outside? Yes, he did. Problem? No worries. Just a little friendly joke between classmates. Sakaki shakes her head in exasperation. Let's see. My favorite food? Baked beans. Sakaki's voice grows unusually loud with irritation. Keep it down. Sachi's gonna notice us. The reason I'm tailing Sachi, is it? Pretty much just felt like it. At my response, Sakaki silently begins to dial a number on her cell phone. Do me a favor and refrain from calling the cops. I'd really like to avoid dealing with a certain cantankerous old codger if at all possible. Let's see. I think back a little way, trying to come up with some sort of reason for my behavior. Sadly, I'm drawing a blank. I happened to see Sachi heading out and got a little curious. That's about all I've got. Sorry. Don't worry though, it's not like I'm some obsessed stalker. Don't have a life-sized Sachi poster in my room or anything. You can check. If I'd happen to see you heading out instead, I'd probably be telling you right about now. I can feel your sarcasm from here. While I've been talking with Sakaki, Sachi has been steadily moving farther ahead. Really separated from her. Come on, time to move! I charge off in pursuit. Sakaki follows in my wake. This is fun! You too, huh? Leaving the area surrounding the school, Sachi heads in the general direction of the station. She doesn't seem to have caught on. For the moment. Well, you haven't left, so, that's your decision. A male-female pair is efficient and inconspicuous for covert surveillance missions. You're already familiar with how tricky it is to shadow someone by yourself, aren't you? Sakaki seems even grumpier than usual today. Judging from the fact she hasn't simply stalked off back to the school, it seems she's surprisingly weak against pushy tactics. So where is she going anyway?
肩から下げているのはエコバッグでしょ？だったら商店街じゃないかしら。
I see. A supply mission, is it? It seems Sakaki is a decently observant eye in her own right. Meanwhile, Sachi has stopped to speak with someone she met in the street. Even outside of the school, huh?
ちょっとスーパーまで。
それなら今日は鶏ももがおすすめよ。これからタイムサービスが始まるから。
Hey, there you go.
ありがとうございます。参考にしてみます。
おう、さっちゃんじゃねえか。
Seems everybody knows Sachi.
青木そばのおじさん、腰の調子はどうですか？
ああ、さっちゃんがくれた塗り薬のおかげでバッチリだぜ。
それは良かったです。
おかげで古見さんも大喜びじゃなくて大喜びでな。
Very funny, my guy. Very funny. Don't think about it too much, Sachi. Your head is too pure for those kinds of thoughts. Whoop.
小峰さん、ゲートボールの相手、また頼むよ。
Before long, it becomes apparent that virtually everyone Sachi passes in the street is some sort of friendly greeting for her. Yeah, it sure seems like everybody seems to know Sachi around here. What's with this bizarre phenomenon?
私に聞かないでよ。
Aren't you glad you came along, Yumiko? Aren't you glad you came along? Seriously, what is this? Sachi... Does Sachi even know how to say the word no? That's what I'm wondering at this point. I had no idea Sachi was such a celebrity in the town.
人気者かどうかは別として、小峰さんはきっと外でも印象が変わらないんでしょうね。
Clearly, same impression.
小峰さんは真面目だから、その結果はどうであれ、みんなから頼りにされているでしょ。
True enough.
だから、小峰さんが裏表のない人であればあるほど、その印象は外でも変わらないはずよ。
Sure seems like it to me. I see. You know, considering how uninterested you always claim to be, you're a pretty observant one.
単に、私の方があなたより先に小峰さんと出会っていたってだけよ。
Whatever you say. Alright, we'll leave it at that.
あ、サチ姉ちゃんだ。本当だ。おーい。
Even after arriving at the shopping district, Sachi's encounter rate is as high as ever. Damn, bro, you'd think she's got a Pokemon with Illuminate in the front of her party or something. And Mani? I saw you rolling your eyes a second ago. No, I am not sorry for that terrible joke.
シュヌドってトゴロリド好き？
ソムニゲハルヨンスソマルニ
I have no idea what they're saying.
アブソドゥ、読んどるゲー。
ニンダニンダ。
Sakaki, please explain this as well.
一度答えられたからって何でも私に聞かないでよ。
Oh, alright. I assumed the renowned classmate researcher, Professor Sakaki, would have some insights on the matter.
誰が教授よ。
It was a joke. God damn it.
人で空グリオ。
I have no idea what's happening.
さすがサチ姉ちゃん。
Sachi Ni-chan.
だったよ。だよな。
For some reason, they're getting really excited.
一体どういう法則性の暗号なのかしら。
Your guess is as good as mine! It's nothing like any I'm familiar with, unfortunately.
ルルフ、ショブレンツェ、ペロ リーさ。もうここじゃよく聞こえない。
Mumbling something to herself, Sakaki gradually draws closer to Sachi. Watch it, Sakaki. Get any closer and she's gonna notice us!
ごめんなさい。
You seem really invested in this for some reason. And yet you're the one who wanted to stop us from doing this. How the tables have turned.
なんでまた隠れてるのよ、私は。
Admit it, you're curious too. Come on. Now you worry about that? Talk about a delayed reaction. Well, I guess you could say Sachi's pretty impressive in a way. To have so completely caught our perpetually unenthusiastic Sakaki's interest.
マグラッペ、デルパリーソ。あ、サチ姉ちゃん、またね。またな。
She just held an entire conversation in gibberish. That takes skill. That's not easy. That's not easy to do, dude. I gotta give it to her. That takes talent. You're a woman of many talents, Sachi. You know that? Fucking hell.
ここに松島さんがいたら、すぐに飛び出していってるでしょうね。
Oh, absolutely. Most likely. Oh, my throat is not loving me right now. Maybe? Off she goes. Yeah. When exactly did our roles in this operation get so thoroughly reversed? Having finished our shopping in the supermarket, Sachi begins to walk back toward the school, a satisfied expression on her face. Seems this is all she had planned for this particular expedition. Well, as expected, she didn't pull anything too out of the ordinary in the supermarket. Yeah, that does strike me as out of the ordinary, Yumiko. A little bit. Trust me. I see, people, catching up with friends of theirs that they happen to bump into in the grocery store on a regular basis. And they sit there and talk for like 30 minutes. They just move aside, off to the sides that they're out of, the main aisle, and they just sit there and talk for like 30 minutes straight. It is no exaggeration to say that happens like multiple times a week. It's a shockingly common occurrence. Sakaki's voice has its usual tinge of exasperation, but her facial expression is somewhat relieved. Alright. We're going back to the same place, aren't we? Oh! Well, in that case, by all means. If you need help carrying anything, I can tag along. Not necessary, no, but I want to. That's all I'm saying. Sakaki fires off an instant response, leaving no room for discussion. Alright, take care. That's gonna become a new in-joke between us and Yumiko, isn't it? With a few words of deadpan sarcasm, Sakaki walks off on her own. Alright, I suppose I'll just finish my surveillance of Sachi by myself. When I turn my attention back to the maid in question, she's walking along while peeking down into the bag she's holding in both hands. Doesn't look like she's paying attention to where she's going. Uh-oh. As soon as the words are out of my mouth, Sachi bumps her shoulder against someone, sending the contents of her bag scattering across the ground. Well then, any way you look at it, we got a classmate in distress here. Oh shit! Well, that came out of nowhere. Damn. I've been wondering when this would come up. I've been wondering when something like this would come up. Took, what is it? 6 bloody episodes and how many hours? How many hours of content at my pace? Let's see. Let's bloody see here. Yeah, 3 hours, 45 minutes, plus 4 hours, plus 3.5 hours, plus nearly 4 hours, plus 3.5 hours, plus the 2 hours and 45 minutes from tonight. That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours. 3:45. 7 hours, 45 minutes. 10 hours, 11 hours, 15 minutes. We'll round up 3 hours, 55 minutes to 4 hours, so 15 hours and 15 minutes. 3 hours, 25 minutes. Roughly. So 18 hours, 15 minutes, then add 25, that's 18 hours, 40 minutes, and then the 2 hours and 45 minutes from tonight. So that's what? 20 hours, 45 minutes, 21 hours and 25 minutes when you subtract the 5 minutes. I rounded up to get to 3 hours, 55 to 4 hours. So, yeah. Bloody hell, dude. Yo, 20 hours and 25 minutes into this series, we finally have our first choice. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Finally. Time to make use of one of these other save locations. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with locations 8 and 9 for these. Alright, I need to refer to my bookmarks here. Alright, yeah, so it says we should help Sachi, and that seems to be what it's kind of nudging you towards. Because if you look at the history here, we're supposed to be on a, like, reconnaissance deal following Sachi around, but I think it's time to blow our cover. Fucking beans are gay? What does that mean? Yeah, so common route Steam guide I have here says help Sachi. So And I think I need to do this to unlock Sachi's route, so that's what I'm gonna do. Perhaps later we can come back and see what the other option was. Haven't heard from you in a bit. How's your day off going, my guy? Alright, we're gonna go with the top option. Okay, I think that's enough tailing for one day. Discontinuing my covert surveillance, I run up to Sachi's side. You alright, Sachi? Save the banter for later. Let's get your things off the ground. I think we picked up all the obvious stuff. Missing anything? Well, that's good. We were just helping out. No. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. Yeah. A disappointed expression on her face, Sachi shifts the bags in her hands. Something inside catches my eye. Hey, that canned food. Kamkan brand, huh? It also seems to have cat food written on the side. Are you really planning to make a meal out of that? I see. Look, it's not like I have the best eating habits myself, so I don't want to say too much about other people's diets, but voluntarily eating pet food? That seems a bit over the top. I think we have a pretty good idea of who that's for, though. Yeah, I think our suspicions from earlier with Michiru are about to get confirmed. I'm glad it was a misunderstanding, but please stop talking like I'm the one responsible for the confusion. So, if not you, who will be eating that cat food? Didn't know you had a pet, Sachi. As if at a loss for an answer, Sachi closes her eyes in thought. Yeah, I think I know where this is going. And just like that, she turns and begins to walk away. Guess this means I'm supposed to follow her? That was the insinuation. Usually, when somebody says it would be easier to show you, when I say, let me show you at the grocery store when I'm taking you to an item you're looking for, the natural inclination is that you're supposed to follow me. That's how things work. After entering a dead-end alley off the main road, Sachi takes a few steps, then squats down to the pavement. A kitten begins to whine loudly in response to her presence. I see. So this is the recipient of the cat food? You sure do keep a lot of things tucked away in that head of yours, Sachi. It's kind of impressive, honestly, that you're able to keep all of that sorted. In other words, the local kids are usually looking after it, so it's not really her pet. There don't seem to be any visible problems with its health, but can't hurt to take a quick look. Mind if I examine its physical condition for a moment? No, can't say that I am, but I should be able to tell if it's healthy or not. A long time ago, when I had a pet dog, my master taught me how to perform a basic checkup of an animal's health. Shouldn't be that much different on a cat, right? Receiving the kitten from Sachi, I begin a simple palpation of its body. Even when you're dealing with a very small animal, if there's something seriously wrong with its body, the pulse and movements of its internal organs will always tell you as much. Seems to be in decent shape. Incidentally, the most common mistake people make when raising kittens is inducing diarrhea. People tend to give them milk during the weaning period, but many kittens don't produce that much of the enzyme needed to break down lactose. If their diet is too heavy on dairy, it'll cause severe indigestion. Sometimes even weaken and die if you don't get them treated. Try to teach the kids that much if they don't know already. Obviously. We all learn new things every day. As she speaks, Sachi gently strokes the kitten's head. From behavior and body language, it's clear that Sachi is quite fond of the animal. Have you considered taking the kitten in yourself? You know, keeping it in the dorm?
あの学生寮は基本的にペット禁止です。
Well, I guess that's not surprising. On the other hand, they're generally pretty lax on enforcing that sort of rule, you know? As long as none of the others have an allergy or whatever. I doubt anyone's gonna complain if you're a little selfish for once.
わがまま。
Matter of fact, Makina's keeping a crawfish in her room at the moment. Yes. Yes, teacher Yuji. Teach her. If you're interested in the idea, you could try talking to the principal directly. Yeah.
わがままはダメです。
Hmm?
わがままを言って人を困らせるのは悪い子です。
Oh, come on.
なるのは悪いことです。
Oh, come on, Sachi. You gotta indulge yourself a little bit once in a while, you know? Come on. I love how you're looking at this like, come on, Sachi. You know you want to. I guess a class representative should try to be cautious about following the rules, but I think Sachi's true feelings are probably different. Animals are mysterious things. No matter how indifferent you are at first, spend a little time with one and you'll find yourself naturally getting attached. That's something I've experienced personally in the past. Yep, I've got my own experience. Excuse me. Let me change the question. Forget everything else, Sachi. Would you like to keep the kitten... I'm reading ahead in the sentence. Would you like to keep the kitten as a pet if you could?
それは
Come on! Come on! Oh, I know that voice. Just as Sachi averts her eyes from mine in hesitation, a young boy runs noisily into the alley.
マサヒコくんどうしたの？
Who is this?
ちょうどよかった実は姉ちゃんにビッグニュースがあるんだ。
ビッグニュース？
そうずっとペットを飼うことに反対してた母ちゃんが猫を飼ってもいいって言ってくれたんだ。
Well, I guess that settles that.
だからこいつはもう段ボールの中で生活しなくてもよくなったんだよ。
It is! The boy energetically gestures as he speaks, bubbling with joy.
そっか。それならもう安心だね。
サチ姉ちゃんも今までこいつの面倒見てくれてありがとな。
私はただたまに餌をあげてただけだから。
With those words, Sachi gently hands the cat in her arms over to the boy.
今日からお前の家は俺。
The boy pets the kitten's head gently, just as Sachi had before. She watches the two of them quietly.
それからサチ姉ちゃん。
何？
もしこいつに会いたくなったらいつでも俺の家に来てくれよ。
いいの？
当たり前だって。姉ちゃんのおかげでこいつもここまででかくなったんだからさ。
じゃあ授業が終わったら毎日。
いや、毎日はちょっと困るかなーなんて。
残念。
とりあえず俺はこいつを母ちゃんに見せてくるよ。
大変だと思うけどお世話頑張ってね。
ああ、任せとけって。
The boy pounds a hand against his chest, speaking with forceful confidence. You wanted that cat for yourself, didn't you, Sachi? Come on.
じゃあまたな、サチ姉ちゃん。
バイバイ。
それから目つきの悪い兄ちゃんも。
You could have left out the evil-looking part. The boy cradles the cat carefully in his arms and dashes back out into the main street. That's too bad, Sachi.
ちだという流れだと思うのですが。
Yeah, well, that's not how Yuji works. Not sure why I would compliment you at the end, but let's leave that aside for the moment. Deep down, you wanted to keep that kitten yourself, didn't you?
もちろんです。
I knew it! I knew it, Sachi! We're on the same wavelength here, Yuji. Therefore, that's too bad.
そうですか。
Yeah, see? Trying to teach you, you gotta be a little selfish every once in a while. You know? That's what I'm trying to get at here. That's what I'm trying to say. You gotta be a little selfish every once in a while. With that curt reply, Sachi slowly begins to walk away. Hey, cheer up.
私、前々からその可能性を疑っていたのですが、風見さんは S と呼ばれる部類の人ですね。
What made you come to that conclusion? Can't say I've ever consciously classified myself as such, but I guess I'll have to take your word for it, Sachi.
はい。情け容赦ない言葉攻めに、私の中の何かが目覚めてしまうかと思いました。
Yeah? Say what? What the heck is this? What is this? Did a classmate just confess to me? Specifically about awakening to sexual deviancy? I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself, boy.
でも、ありがとうございました。
Why?
さっき、寮で猫が飼えるように、学園長さんと話をしてもいい
Yeah?
に対してです。
Ah. Well, it's obvious that Sachi was fond of the animal after all.
あの子を自分の手で育てることは、もう出来なたしの気持ちを知ってくれている人が一人でもいるって考えると、少し胸が温かくなります。
Yeah, gotta think about yourself every once in a while. That a fact?
はい。
Sachi begins to walk more briskly, seeming unable to say any more. No matter how much she hides it behind words and logic, having something she loves taken away from her must be a bitter experience. If I was able to take off some of the edge off that pain, I guess even the most whimsical of tailing missions might have meaning in its own right.
報告です。風見さん。あそこに榊さんがいます。
Excellent. We're beginning covert surveillance. Follow my lead.
了解です。
Well, under certain circumstances at least. Oh man. If it were a bit later, this would be the perfect place to end it, but I'm gonna keep going.
コンビニのお弁当なの？
Even Amane's beginning to question Michiru's eating habits. Take out from the convenience store for dinner again?
何よ、別にいいでしょ。
どれどれガーリックチキン弁当とツナコーンサラダにデザートの贅沢焼きプリン。いつきっとコンビニのバイトにガーリックチキン中毒の女、略してガリチューってあだ名つけられてるよね。
Ooh, brutal roast from Makina there. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Ah, いつも決まった時間に来て決まったもの買ってくお客って覚えやすいもんね。
You're absolutely right, Amane. That's how you become known as a regular.
裏で絶対今日もうガリチュー来たとか言われてるよね。やめてよ。次から買い物しにくくなるようなこと言わないでくれる？
Don't think about it too much, Michiru.
ああ、ごめんごめん。っていうか、あんまり気にしないでいいと思うよ。
あんま自意識過剰だとブスになるのよ。
Exactly.
そうなの？よく知らないけど、前にアマネーがそんなこと言ってたのよさ。どういうこと？まあ話すと長くなるんだけどさ、他人にどう見られるかってことばかり気にしていると、自分のセンスが少しずつずれていっても気がつきにくいのよね。
Yep.
かといって周りの視線をまるで気にしないってのも問題あるし、難しいところよね。
Yep, easier said than done, though.
普段からおっぱい半分放り出してともすれば全裸で寮内を歩いてるような女が一体何よ。この女正気なの？こらこら、本人を目の前にしてそういうこと言わないの。
No, Michiru's not the type to be subtle like that.
ていうか、見られて困るような貧弱な体してないから見せて歩いてるのよさ。
Dear Lord, please don't take that line out of context. Holy shit. Don't mind me just yoinking that. Yeah, you already have an account here. Machina is so sneaky like that. Oh my god, I love it. If anything, it's better for you that way. You'll just have to do without this time. What? Baked pudding. That does sound quite tasty. Uh-huh. See? Broaden your horizons a little bit. Oh, Machina. Oh boy, here we go.
あんたはもう私のプリン食べたでしょうが、これはもうマキナ、あんたちゃんとミチルに謝ったの？ごめんよチルチル。今まで黙ってたけど、実は私甘いものにはめっぽう目がないのよさ。いや、言われなくても知ってたし、私も油断してたけどさ。あ、でもこれってユージの分じゃないの？私がもらっちゃっていいの？
Oh, come on, he won't care.
ああ、いいのよ。部屋に戻ればまだいっぱい作り置きしてあるから、食器持って帰るときにまた届けに来ればいいし。っていうかあいつ、かぼちゃなんか食べるの？ん？なんで？男の人はかぼちゃが嫌いってよく言うじゃない。
Depends on who you ask.
そうなの？でもこの前、かぼちゃのいとこ煮とか出したら普通に食べてたよ。いとこ煮って何？かぼちゃと小豆を砂糖と醤油で煮たやつ、知らない？うげ、甘そう。それ絶対ご飯と合わないじゃん。私かぼちゃ嫌い。なんかボソボソしてて喉乾くし。みちる、女の子のくせにかぼちゃ嫌いなの？
Well, hey, I'm not big on pumpkin either.
女の子が全員かぼちゃ好きだと思わないでくれる？
Yes, not everybody. Not all girls are pumpkin spice girls.
え？じゃあ、バームクーヘンは？あれも喉乾くよね。
バウムは別よ。あれはお菓子じゃない。かぼちゃはおかず。お菓子じゃないでしょ？
そうかな。マキナはおやつの時間とかにいとこ煮を魚に牛乳で一杯やってるよ。
ああ、冷やしたいとこ煮に冷たい牛乳な。夏のおやつの定番なのよさ。
Mm-hmm.
いや、あんたは甘く味がついてりゃ何でもいいんでしょ。つうか、煮物と牛乳って合うの？
Hey, don't knock it if you haven't tried it.
マキナは何でも牛乳で食べるよ。カステラと牛乳とか、かりんとうと牛乳とか。
Fascinating.
カステラはわかる気がするし、確かに甘いものならね。
マキナ、カレーも牛乳で食べるよね。
そうな。カレーのスパイスに胃の粘膜をやられないように、まずは牛乳を一杯飲むのよ。あと YD も牛乳飲みながら食べるし。
Okay then. Okay then, Machina. I'm not even sure what to make of that.
YD？
ああ、焼きそば丼のことよ。
焼きそば丼？
You heard her.
丼に盛ったご飯の上に千切りのキャベツを乗せて、その上に熱々の焼きそばを乗せたやつ。
白米の上に焼きそば？炭水化物オン炭水化物？
Yeah.
美味しいのよ。ポイントはお丼に蓋をしてキャベツがしんなりするまで待ってから食べると最強なのよさ。
変かな。でもお好み丼とかたこ焼き丼みたいな粉もんよりは変じゃないよね。
変！関西人絶対変！しかもそれを牛乳で？まさかあんたそんなものまでユージに食べさせてるの？
Yuji's not picky.
そうね。さすがに YD とかの手抜き料理は食べさせたことはないけど、でも私が出したものにユージが文句言ったことって一度もないかな。
Yeah, that's because you don't know that Yuji is hardly picky. He has eaten much worse things, you know.
ユージは悪いよ。きっと女の子が料理に文句は言えなくて我慢して食べてるんだ。
No.
そんなことないと思う。
He just doesn't care.
お兄ちゃんいつも美味しいって言ってるのよ。
基本的に好き嫌いはないし、苦手だっていうお肉だって出せばちゃんと食べるしね。
むしろガーリックチキンしか食わないチルチルの方がおかしいのよさ。 かぼちゃも嫌い、牛乳も嫌いって、そんな好き嫌いばっかり言ってるから髪の色が薄くなるのよ。
Ouch.
髪の色関係ないから。俺、痛い思いして脱色してるんだから、わざとだから。あ、そうなの？私はてっきりその
Oh!
ないからチルチルはバカで金髪なのかな。私、もしかしてあんたの中ではバカキャラにされてる？
I mean, you do fit the textbook definition.
ああ、ごめん、それ私のせいかも。普段マキナにちゃんとご飯食べないとミチルみたいになっちゃうよって言うと、いやーって叫びながら残さず食べるからついじゃないわよ。私を引き合いに出して子供を脅迫するな。私あれか、生ハゲ的な存在か。
No.
悪い気がって
Oh, money.
笑ってんじゃないわよ。
まあ、あんま気にすんな。長いこと海外に住んでたけど
Excuse me.
ブロンド女なんてみんなそんなもんなのよさ。だから私の地毛は黒なんだってば。ラッキー。
As Michiru shrieked and threw her hands up in a rage, it seems that her completely melted puddle of pumpkin ice cream scattered in a syrupy spray across the hallway. Hearing this story, as I ate my dinner that night, I nodded thoughtfully and offered a few wise words. The word blonde doesn't indicate a hair color alone. It describes the entire way of life, tragic as it may be. I want to keep going for a little bit more. There are many kinds of heroes in this world. The famous heroes who really existed, like Jeanne d'Arc, the female commander who broke the deadlock of the 100 Years' War. The heroes of legend, like Heracles of the Greek mythology, who carried out 12 great labors and fought the forces of chaos in the Gigantomachy. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Even the small heroes, whose names are quickly forgotten, like the anonymous man who selflessly protected a young girl from vicious stray dogs. But among all the varieties of heroes, the admiration of children is mostly reserved for the super category, composed of flashy characters who use special powers to fight for justice in comic books and television shows. Originally, a superhero is supposed to protect the weak and crush evil, but these days, matters aren't quite so clear-cut. It seems mysterious superheroes with unclear motives have come into fashion. Yes, I believe we call them anti-heroes. I learned of their existence not too long after entering my new school. When I arrive at the third floor, having decided to finish my laundry early, I find Sachi and Makina screaming at each other about food. Thigh meat! Thigh meat!
登場するなり自分のフェチを力強く連呼。これはさすがに予想できませんでした。さすが風見さんです。
Oh, yes, Sachi. I am guilty as charged. Holy shit. Sachi. Sachi strikes again. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I did not expect that. Holy shit. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Holy shit, dude. Oh, I never expected to be called out like that by Sachi. I'm so fucking done, dude. I'm so dead. I'm dead. Jesus Christ, dude. No, you two seem to be discussing your lunch menu, so I was trying to play along.
おかずなんで
It seems we assumed incorrectly. You were screaming about fatty tuna and spare ribs, right? Weren't you arguing over your meal plans?
あ、いえ、それは違います。
Clearly.
私たちは今マグロマンごっこに身を投じていた最中だったのよさ。
Tuna fish man. Tuna fish man, is it? I've been hearing that name fairly frequently since entering this school. Since it ends with man, odds are he's some kind of superhero. The tuna fish part is slightly harder to decipher. Perhaps it's the nickname of a hardened warrior? A man so tough that even under the harshest enemy interrogation, he stays as cold and inert as a dead fish? Or maybe he's a socially conscious superhero fighting back against the environmental consequences of tuna overfishing?
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん急に黙り込んでまた太もものこと考えてた。
You're not helping, Machina. No, I was pondering about this tuna fish man character.
もしかしてお兄ちゃんマグロマン知らないの？
We're not. Afraid not. I first heard the name quite recently.
それは由々しき問題かもしれません。今普通の生活をしていれば、一度は耳に入ってきてもいいカルチャーですから。
No, it isn't.
マグロマンは今や学校のテストはもちろん政治家の演説にまで登場するマストフェイマスなヒーローなのよ。
Somehow I doubt that. Say... What?
マキちゃんの言ってることは少し大げさですが、少なくともここ三島崎ではかなりの人気キャラクターになっています。
I see. In my previous school, I usually had my hands full with my studies, so my knowledge of popular culture may be somewhat lacking at the moment. Mine has always been.
それなら一度、実際にご覧になってみてはいかがでしょう。
Is that possible?
はい、マグロマンはいわゆる日曜朝のテレビヒーローですから、あと5分ほどでちょうど放送が始まります。
Oh. Uh-oh.
うん、マグロマンごっこ30分延長しちゃったから。
サッチンのサービスの良さについついプレイを延長したのが無駄になったのよさ。
Huh. This tuna fish man is still something of a mystery to me, but apparently he's a compelling enough character to make a surreal game like that addictive.
というわけで、私たちはこれからロビーのテレビでマグロマンを視聴するのですが、風見さんも一緒にいかがですか？
I think I will. If this character is as famous as you say, it might be best to have at least a passing familiarity with the show.
風見さんならそう言っていただけると思っていました。
よし、お兄ちゃんも視聴者になったから放送時間に遅れないようにダッシュで1階に向かうのよ。
Well then, let's quit wasting time. Go, go, go. Right.
さっち急いで電源オンにするのよさ。
Damn, okay, settle down. Sachi dives towards the television set like a runner stealing home and mashing the power button. A commercial for a snack food I recognize from my childhood fills the television screen.
7時59分ギリギリセーフなのよさ。
やっぱりあらすじもちゃんと見ないとね。
Judging from the childlike sparkle in their eyes as they settle on the sofa, it would seem these two are really looking forward to this show. My curiosity piqued, I turned my attention back to the television. Oh shit, here we go.
B 遠く藤沢の地から世界征服を企んで早3ヶ月。
Damn.
まずは浜ヶ瀬神社とかいう今にも潰れそうな神社から牛タン屋に変えてやろうと思ったら乱暴な巫女のせいでひどい目にあったび。どこかにもっと征服しやすそうなところはないのかび。
B それでしたらこの三星町などいかがでしょうか。
三星町、それはどんな町なんだ。
B 西伊豆にあるひなびた温泉街らしいのですが、リピート率の高い老舗旅館があるそうです。
Excuse me.
び、それはいいことを聞いたび。じゃあ次はその旅館を焼肉激安食べ放題の店にしてやるび。
Do you really think you'll maintain the customer base, though? What's with this freak? Why is he wearing that cheap-looking mask?
かぶり物言うな。それは焼肉帝国でいっちゃ偉い人のカルビ将軍マグロマンの宿敵なのよさ。
カルビをモチーフにしたカルビ将軍とマグロをモチーフにしたマグロマンが戦っている。まさに肉と魚のぶつかり合い。子供たちの理解度に合わせた実にわかりやすい設定です。
Sorry, but is there some point to staging a battle between meat and fish?
いえ、ないと思います。
I see. As I tilt my head in puzzlement at their explanation, the program's theme song begins to play.
ところでさっちん、この CD ってもう発売してたっけ？
確かまだ発売日すら告知されてなかったはずだけど。だ
としたら制作者サイドは一体何をやってるのよさ。出せばミリオンヒット間違いなしの神曲なのに。
Maybe in your head, Machina.
いい曲だってことには同意だけど、さすがにミリオンは難しいんじゃないかな。
The real world can be a heartless place, especially when it comes to music about fish-themed superheroes.
ここが三星町です。将軍。
B、それならまずは老舗旅館の場所を調べるび。
Oh boy, this looks familiar.
ナイスタイミングだび。あの小娘たちから旅館の場所を聞き出すび。
メロンパンじゃないよ。マンゴーメロンパンだよ。
はいはい。
ちょっとすみません。ここら辺に人気の老舗旅館があるって聞いたんですが。
はい。黒田旅館なら私の家の隣です。ってカルビ将
軍？そこの娘、もしかして我々のことを知っているのかび？
知ってるも何も毎週欠かさず見てます。
そうかび、そうかび。いつの間にか我々も有名人になったものだび。
So the show is indulging itself.
でも私は知らないし。
Oh, she's got the most sense out of everybody in this show.
変質者とは失礼なび。私は焼肉帝国のカルビ将軍だび。
ああ、一応これ名刺です。
ああ、要するになんとか将軍役
ビビヒーローのことを口にするとは最近の子供は夢がないび。それならさっさと旅館の場所を教えるび。
でもカルビ将軍は黒田旅館の場所を聞いてどうするつもりなんですか？
それはもちろん旅館の経営権を奪って大型の焼肉食べ放題店に改装してやるび。
そんなのダメだよ。だったら私旅館の場所絶対に教えないんだから。
こしゃくな。それなら貴様を人質にしてこっちの娘から聞き出すだけだび。
Yes, indeed, Koneko, indeed.
大丈夫ななのちゃん。必要ならすぐに警察へ電話するけど。
警察とか夢のないこと言うなび。
大丈夫だよレンゲちゃん。私たちには力強い正義の味方がついてるからね。
正義の味方？
ビビ。それはまさか。そのまさかなんだよ。助けてー、マグロマン。ビー。
Here we go.
何も起こってないみたいだけど。
Give it a minute.
焦っちゃダメだよレンゲちゃん。マグロマンは駆けつけるのに時間がかかるんだから。
へえ、そうなんだ。
えいえいえい。
What?
う
What?
わ、変なの来た。しかも徒歩で。
変なのじゃないよ。あれが正義の味方マグロマンだよ。
なんかものすっごい息切れしてるけど。
It sounds like he's dry heaving in there.
マグロマンは CO2 を排出する乗り物を一切使わないエコな正義の味方だからね。
鮮魚超人マグロマン。
これが正義の味方ね。
出たなマグロマン。
よいしょっと。
ああ、正義の味方が現れたら人質は解放してくれるんだ。
ひひ、そこはほらお約束ってやつなんだよ。
この世に甲骨魚類の助けを求める声がある限り
This is so absurd.
マグロは現れる。
I don't know, Cerberus.
人間は霊長類なんだけどね。
細かいことは気にしちゃダメなんだよ。
いつも我々の邪魔をするマグロマンめ、今日こそ決着をつけてやるべ。
望むところだ。
頑張れマグロマン。
ではこちらから行くぞ。魚だけにくらえ赤身よし、今日もネタの鮮度は十分なようだな。
こしゃくな。ならばこちらはこれだび。ハラミ。
Ha! Hey. These things just started ripping their own stomachs open and throwing their flesh at each other.
これがマグロマンとカルビ将軍の戦いなんです。
Okay.
身を削らなければ本当の勝利は得られない。マグロマンたちはその身をもって現実の厳しさを教えてくれているのよさ。
I see. For a show that's supposedly easy for children to understand, this grim fatalism seems a little out of place. Perhaps this program has an unexpectedly nuanced message beneath its bizarre surface? I don't fucking know, man.
先週契約した和歌山県産の備長炭で炙った贅沢ハラミの味はどうだび。この焼き加減、匂い、思わず食欲をそそられて力が。
やけどは平気なんだ。
どうしたび、マグロマン。こっちにはまだロースもタンも残っているび。そう、このままでは。
どうしようレンゲちゃん、マグロマンのピンチだよ。
え、ピンチなのこれ？
フィッシュッシュ、そんなに心配しなくても大丈夫。
それは
パワーアップしたハラミコーをなんとかしのぎ、渾身の必殺技を繰り出そうとするマグロマン。しかしそれを待ち受けるカルビ将軍の不敵な笑みの意味とは。
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
これ CM なのよ。
Yep.
今日は珍しくいきなりマグロマンのピンチだったね。
まさか肉の鮮度じゃなく肉を焼く火の方を変えてくるとは思わなかったのよさ。
和歌山さんか。
マグロマン。
本物と同じように動く、光る、震える。これで君もマグロマン。マグロマン変身ベルトセットカミングス。
What?
何この素敵商品。欲しい。もう今すぐ欲しいのよさ。
Hold on a second. I don't care if you want the toy, but did I miss something here? I didn't see a single transformation sequence in this show.
そういえばマグロマンはいつも登場した瞬間から変身しています。
というよりベルトなんてしてなかった気がするのよさ。
Something's about to happen, isn't it? Then, what's that just like the real thing supposed to mean?
よしさっち、今日の放送が終わったら変身ベルトについて早速リサーチしておくのよさ。
It's just a show designed to push merch, admit it.
わかった。
That's what the Ninja Turtles is.
くらえ、トロトロ。
Yep.
臭いび、生臭いび。
どうだ、筋の少ない
トロ。
トロは格別だろう。
確かに脂の乗った上質な部位だが、それだけだび。
なんだと。
まさかトロが効いてない？
それもそのはず。このトロはいつもの大間産クロマグロではなく、赤道近くで採れたメバチマグロのものだびな。
記録的な酷暑で海水温度が上昇し、漁獲高さえ激減しなければ。
Okay, so they're going for a different angle.
伊達に同じ技を何度も食らっているわけではないび。
威張っていうことじゃないけどね。
くそ、ヒーローとしての力を得ても甲骨魚類である私では自然の力に勝てないのか。
っていうかマグロマンは魚じゃないわよね。足生えてるし。
魚
魚じゃないわよ。
娘にまで突っ込まれるとはいい君だび。
CO2 さえ CO2 の排出量さえ削減できれば。
おっと、環境問題への愚痴もそこまでだび。最後はこっちの必殺技を食らってもらうび。それカルビカルビ。
大丈夫マグロマン。
私は大丈夫だが、このままでは善良な市民が営む旅館が焼肉店になってしまう。
頑張ってマグロマン。黒田旅館は三星町の顔でもあるんだから。
しかし私はすでに 投げられる部分の身は全て使ってしまっている。
確かにお腹が骨ばっかりになっちゃってる。投げる部位ならまだあるじゃん。
When did you decide to get involved in this?
ほら、よく魚屋さんとかでも売ってるあれがまだ残ってるでしょ。
それはまさか。
何をこそこそ話しているび。さっさと諦めておとなしく焼肉帝国の焼肉屋で働くび。
それはできない。
What?
備長炭の力でパワーアップした渾身のカルビ攻撃を受けてまだ立ち上がるだと。
母なる海の恵みと少女の知恵を得て、私は
新しい力。
食らえマグロマンの新必殺技。中落ち中落ち中落ち。
What the fuck?
バカだ。まさか中落ちだと。
しかもセカミ部分からそぎ取った最高級の中落ち。その味は格別だ。
確かにご飯が進みそうだび。
さあ、それが分かったらおとなしく藤沢に帰るのだ。
不本意だがここは一度撤退した方が良さそうだび。だが世界征服の野望はまだ諦めたわけではないび。
あ、変質者が逃げた。
これでここにいるのは紳士のみとなったわけだ。
いや、あんたも十分変質者なんだけどね。でもすごいよ。あのカルビ将軍を追い返したんだもん。さすがマグロマンなんだよ。
フィッシュッシュッシュ。少女の応援があってこそだ。そして利発な少女よ、今回は君の助言にも助けられた。ありがとう。
ああ、はいはい、ご苦労様。
Something tells me they're not
それでは君
actors.
たちもマグロの乱獲にはくれぐれも気をつけるようにな。
大丈夫。私たちにはどうにもできない問題だから。マグロマンもまた次の町を守ってくださいね。
もちろんだ。ああ、それと残ったこの中落ちは君たちが美味しくいただいてくれ。
Jesus Christ.
いいんですか？
ああ、安心のお昼12時以降に作りましたシールも貼っておいた。
はーい。こんなに贅沢なおかずがもらえるなんて、お兄ちゃんもきっと喜びます。食べるんだ、それ。
こうして今日もマグロマンの活躍により焼肉帝国の野望は阻まれた。だがこの世にカルビ将軍がいる限り本当の平和は訪れない。走れマグロマン、戦えマグロマン。この世に甲骨魚類の助けを求める声がある限り。
攻撃の際に使用された魚と牛肉はスタッフが美味しくいただきました。オーケー。お決まりの文句も入って今日も完璧な出来だったのよさ。
That was one of the most insane things I've experienced so far. So that's a complete story then.
新必殺技も見れて私的には大満足な内容だったのよ。私も今日の展開には鳥肌が立ちました。
So today's episode was of the so-called heart-pounding, edge-of-your-seat variety. Apparently.
それで風見さん、初めてご覧になったマグロマンはいかがでしたか？ああ、それは私も気になっていたところ。
You're probably not gonna like what Yuji has to say. Let's see. It's a little difficult to put into words, but all said and done, it was definitely not a boring experience. It's no lie to say that I found the setting and plot truly thought-provoking.
そう、マグロマンは毎回実に見応えのある30分を提供してくれるのよさ。もし興味を持たれたようでしたら、こちらに今までの放送を取りだめた DVD がありますので、よろしければ
You're well prepared.
委員長ですから。
Huh, I see. You can take the class rep out of the classroom, but it seems you can't take the zealous devotion to service out of the class rep.
あー、三島崎にも来てくれないかな。
そしたらサインをもらうの？
そうだ、いつマグロマンが来てもいいように色紙とサインペンを買っておかなきゃいけないのよさ。
Don't hold your breath, Machina.
待ってマキちゃん、それなら私のロッカーに。
God damn it! What don't you have? An ordinary low-budget television show just inspired a shut-in girl to vigorous action. If you look at it that way, children's superheroes might have more redeeming value than immediately meets the eye.
あれ？こんなところで何やってるの？
Nothing much. Up until a minute ago, I was watching a show with Sachi and Machina.
へえ、ユージがあの子たちとテレビを見るなんて珍しいじゃん。
True enough, but there was something I'd been a little curious about for a while. Those two were educating me.
なるほどね。
Incidentally, Amane, tuna is good stuff, isn't it?
ごめん、あんた唐突に何言ってるの？
Well, I was pondering the topic of seafood, and the thought just popped into my head.
こうね。
Anyway, if I asked for a negitoro bowl right now, could you maybe make one?
あれあれ、ユージが私に頼み事なんて急にどうしたの？
I am aware this is pretty unusual coming from me, but the fact is, I've developed a sudden craving for fatty tuna.
何がユージをそこまで駆り立てるのかが気になるけど、まあいいか。あんたが私に甘えてくれることってめったにないし、今日はお姉さんが愛情を込めてネギトロ丼を作ってあげましょう。
Stop it, Amane. Please spare me. Yeah, I appreciate it. Fresh fish Superman, tuna fish man. An eccentric superhero decidedly unlike any other I've known. It is certainly not what I expected, I will say that. But if the spirit of justice burning in his tasty breast can inspire the hopes and dreams of the two girls in this dorm... Well, in a world that's already overflowing with tales of heroism, one more can hardly hurt.
はい、もしもし。
And I think that is where we will leave things for next time. I think I definitely got my answer to the question I posed at the start of this episode in the description when I said, will this just be more hilarity in the dorm with the academy girls, or will things actually get kind of serious? It turned out to be a little bit of both. We actually got to discuss some serious shit with Michiru, and we followed around Sachi for a while with Yumiko. We got to spend some time with Yumiko. And of course we had more hilarity in the dorms. So yeah, fun times all around. And we got to our first actual decision tonight. So yeah, very fascinating stuff, I must say. This game continues to be very entertaining. And I think that's where we will pick things up next time. So yeah. Oh, parent-teacher conference. That'll be interesting to come back to next time. So yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. So until then, take care.